Have you already started your tailgate? Us too. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Now launching. The dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
And then they're all looking to the sideline, wheels on the bus, everybody's doing their thing. And then it's like, and then they line up and they kind of, here we go. And then they all stop again and look over and like, and you're like, it's 5 seconds. Why are we looking?
That was a little T-Bone John Madden right there. It was like, hey, you look over, you're like, yeah.
All right, 84-7, hey. I don't know what they're saying. Clappies.
You never know when we're going to snap it except when we do the clappies.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Football Friday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
Hello, Bone.
I thought my mic was on. Sorry.
Teddy is over there. How you doing, Teddy?
Oh, I thought my mic was
how you doing,
on.
Teddy?
Thanks, Ted.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Ted.
I'm doing good, Mike.
We got a big program today. Saturday Showcase. We get you ready for all the marquee matchups tomorrow. That's coming up at 3:34. NFL Picks. Picks? Your chance to compete against us in the 4 o'clock hour. Tool of the week all day.
Yeah.
But we'll condense them in the 5 o'clock hour. You can tweet us at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. What was I going to say to you? I had something to say.
I don't know.
It's always good when you start the show and your mind goes blank.
That's right.
It's really setting you up for a gangbusters 3 hours,
That's what
in
you
my
want.
opinion.
Sure.
The girls tonight have a thing at school. Let me ask you if you ever had this at school.
Okay.
See, when I went to school, it was get the hell out of here. We don't want to see you until Monday, unless you have some sort of sports practice. Then I guess we'll unlock the gym for you.
Right. Yeah.
But tonight at her elementary school, they've got this big festival where the entire school shows up, and there's games and there's rides, and they got a fire juggler and food, and it sounds like a good old time. Did you ever have that?
I mean, I didn't, but the school that my kids have had stuff like that, like a fall festival type of thing.
I'm just saying this is a relatively new thing.
Yeah, I think
where the school actually pretends like they like you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, it's not bad. So are you going to that?
Well, no, because I'm here with you.
Oh, it's going on while we're here.
It's going on later this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a good time, though.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Pizza for one.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you're not going to join them in progress?
No, none of that.
You're not jipping into that?
No.
Jip.
I'm going home. I'm getting a pizza. Pants are off. On the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza for one.
Well, that's a great feeling, isn't it? My wife actually yesterday, she goes, well, you're going to be, by yourself tomorrow night. And I said, oh, I am? She goes, yeah. She said, me and the kids are going out. We got stuff to do. And I said, oh, what is the stuff? And she goes, well, Viv has the band concert at the football game. The junior high band is playing at the high school football game in Marysville. And I said, why? What time does that start? She goes, 7. I'm like, you just not want me to go?
She doesn't want you to go. Take the time.
No.
Take pizza for one.
I'm going.
You know what? Come over.
No.
We'll do pigza for 2. Both of our pants will be on. Teddy, what are you doing tonight? We can do 3-way pizza.
I'll be over.
No
Teddy,
pants. I'll put the fan on high.
Come
Love
over.
it.
Take your pants off and have a 3-way with us. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds great.
No. Here's what we do. We get 3 individual pizzas.
I see. Yes.
I don't touch your pizza. You don't touch my pizza.
That's right.
I got
great.
a big-ass couch. I got a couple chairs that surround the couch. We can all have our own zones.
Yeah.
Never shall we touch or intertwine.
That's exactly right.
But we're all there enjoying each other's company, little nakedness, little pizza.
Well, we're going to be dressed like Winnie the Pooh. Like, like Matty Ice likes to do when he goes home. Just shirt, but no pants.
That's exactly
That's
right.
what we're doing.
That's right.
No,
I'll
but don't
put
worry.
beach towels down on the leather couch.
Melissa was trying to be nice, and she thought, oh, well, you're probably going to be tired from a long week.
And
probably
you
just
didn't take that.
No, I said, I want to go see my kid play in the band.
Stop
So
it now.
we're going to go watch a little high school football tonight.
All right.
And my kid play in the band.
We have high school football tonight here on the Fan starting at 6:30. I wish I could tell you who's playing, but someone. Do we know?
What do you mean? It's on the website.
I know it's on the website, but I didn't check the website.
Well, then whose fault is that?
Mine.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was like Ted's fault that he didn't tell you.
I was looking at Ted to see if he knew who was playing.
Here it is. It's Olentangy Liberty versus Dublin Jerome.
My guys.
Right down the road.
Dublin Jerome.
There you go. It's
my district, baby.
Why don't you go over to the game? You got nothing else to do?
Nope.
Swing over there.
Too hot.
Too hot.
Pizza for one. Air conditioning blasting. Fan on. Undercarriage. Breeze.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw the game time temperature for most of the high school football games will be hovering around 85 degrees tonight.
The good news is that most of the fields are artificial turf that doesn't trap any heat at all because it's a rubber base. And most of the tracks that surround the field are also usually a dark rubber.
Yes.
Which doesn't trap any heat whatsoever.
That's going to be, again, shouts to all the high school football players and, of course, the cheerleaders, the bands, all the other students involved that are all going to have to deal with this heat, and all the fans, all the parents that are going to be out there for this stuff,
I know once upon a time this was thought of as like a character builder, but please do hydrate when you're doing these things. Overhydrate. Thank you.
Absolutely right.
Buckeyes getting ready for Marshall tomorrow. Noon kick right here on the Fan. What's the line for this game? Do we know? Again, it was me asking questions.
It was close to 40 the last time I looked.
Who's playing high school football? What's the line for this game? You would think I'd look at something up, and I'm not going to.
39 to 41, somewhere in that range is my guess.
Okay.
I can find out for you if you want.
No, I don't care.
Why didn't you just look while I was talking? I thought I gave you ample time. OSU is minus 40, according to ESPN Bet.
Cover?
Yeah. Why not?
Teddy? Cover?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like 45. Well, no. We said it's 40, so 52 to 10. How about that? Yeah.
52 to 10.
Yeah.
All right, I like that.
Yeah,
I'll stick with that.
Yeah.
It's about as much as we're going to talk about the game today.
Sure enough.
What do you want me to do? Break down the Buckeyes against Marshall?
Hey, if you want us to break down games in September, schedule better September games.
No kidding. We'll talk more about Cal and Florida State today, because at least there's some intrigue to that.
Hey, you know what? Next weekend, Big Ten road game. Somebody named Jonathan Smith will be prominently involved. We'll get a little bit more intrigue for that game.
I got to think, who the hell's he coaching?
Michigan State.
That's right. I forgot all about that. Maybe what's his name will show up and
what's his name?
Sexually assault you.
What's his name?
Who was the guy who was there before? Mel Tucker.
Mel Tucker.
Mel Tucker.
Well, he didn't sexually assault. I don't think that's what was alleged.
Over the phone.
It was, yes.
It was unwanted advances over the phone.
Sexual harassment.
Right.
Yes,
that's what I mean. Harassment.
Still bad.
I'm sorry.
Not minimizing. Well, when you said Michigan State, I didn't know what scandal we were talking about, because there's a much bigger one that also happened there, too.
Well, they have the helmet comms now.
Oh,
so
yeah,
whoever Sparty's quarterback is, he's in the huddle and he just hears, "I want to do it to you." He's like, "Coach, get out of my head again."
He's no longer there.
I understand, but he
Jonathan
still has.
Smith is there.
Somehow he has the password to get into the helmet comm.
He dials in and calls and just is like, "Yeah, I'm going to hop on here." They're like, "Coach, get out of our heads. Come on, stop it."
The password is Izzo is God.
That's
all over the campus.
Yeah, by the way, that's how hard must it be to be the football coach at Michigan State when you know, like, you're just living in that guy's shadow constantly?
Probably makes it easier when they hand you $95 million or whatever they did for Mel Tucker.
That's right.
And he just screwed it up.
He did. And then now they've passed the savings on to Jonathan Smith. Mm-hmm. What a dumb name for a person.
Football last night. Jets have no problems with the Patriots, 24-3. The final score was the first time since 2012 that the Jets were favored to win against the Patriots.
Well,
they play twice a year. That's 12 years. They play twice a year. This is the first time they were favored. And, of course, they won the game. They should have been favored. And this is the way that week one game should have looked.
Yeah.
With the Bengals and the Patriots. You saw what the Patriots are last night.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I got a little fooled by what they've done so far in their first two games. I thought maybe the Patriots were not like they were good or anything, but that they were a little bit better. Maybe the Jets weren't that good. Well, the Jets still may not be that good, but Aaron Rodgers, when he's going, and he was playing well last night, they're going to beat teams like the Patriots, which this now puts them back firmly in the category I thought they were, which is ass. Like, they are in the Patriots' ass. That's where they are right now. They are not a good team.
Your rationale, and I don't think it was a flawed one, was that Patriot defensive line is good. They're going to disrupt Aaron Rodgers, and he's not going to have time to throw.
I thought they were a little better than they were.
Now, there was none of that really last night. You gave Aaron Rodgers a clean pocket. You can put a 50-year-old guy back there Aaron Rodgers at 50. Brett Favre at 50. You give them clean pockets, they'll pick apart your defense.
That's right.
It's all the other stuff they have problems with.
Yeah. I also thought Braylon Allen was pretty good for the Jets, too. Not that he had a ton of yards, but the amount that they gave him to do, he had a couple nice runs. And I saw people questioning, how did he fall to the 4th round? Wisconsin running back, had a lot of talent. People kind of knew this guy was good coming out of college. And so somebody actually was tweeting this yesterday during the game. They said, how did this guy fall to the 4th round? And he actually replied to it. Did you see his reply?
No, but is it as simple as the game doesn't value running backs the way that they should? Because that's the answer.
No, it's even better. But yes, along those lines, he said, quote, everyone wanted to see me run in my underwear to decide if I was a good football player. He's saying essentially they were looking at my combine stuff and wanting to know if that made me a good football player or not. So I fell to the 4th round.
You know what? Excellent answer.
Yeah. He's like, if you didn't know I was a good player in college, then shame on you. And you know what? Looks like the Jets got a nice little steal there.
Fool me once, you can't get fooled again.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
All right, we got
one of the greatest quotes ever.
NFL this weekend. We have the Browns and Giants on Sunday. We have the Bengals and Commanders on Monday night. I have injury updates for both of those games. I will share them with you coming up next. Can I break now, or is it too early?
Give it another 10 seconds.
No,
yes.
Ted's nodding.
You may go to break.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I've never had this problem before.
What do you mean?
Usually Ted's screaming at me,
oh, man.
you're late, dumbass. Go to break. Now I'm like, hey, Ted, excuse me. If it's not too much trouble, can I break 20 seconds early? Thank you. Football Friday. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the left shoulder on westbound 70's ramp to northbound 71, and that's on the east side. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the left shoulder of eastbound 670 at Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority, your local expert. Is water seeping into your basement? Are your basement walls cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement waterproofing experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Sherrod Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio.
but what Sherrod Brown does in D.C. has not protected Ohio women and children. Brown voted multiple times to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Not only unfair, but risking injury to female athletes. Brown even introduced legislation to allow transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms. And Brown would allow puberty blockers, even sex change surgery for children. Worse, Brown introduced a law to force women's domestic violence shelters to accept transgender biological men, inflicting more trauma on abused women. So when Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio.
Sherrod Brown is not protecting Ohio women and children. In fact, he's endangering them. Ohio deserves better. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Fall is here. It's still warm and dry and everything's brown. But yay, fall. Maybe after your summer road trips, you've realized your vehicle sucks. My friends at Jermaine Lexus want to help. Right now, they have special APRs as low as 2.99% on their most popular models like the ES and RX, or lease payments starting as low as $4.99 a month. My friends at Jermaine are the best in the business. If you're in the market, please stop in. 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger Pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
Rothman and Ice.
You can bully Colorado. They've got the sexy pieces, but outside of that, the most important part of a team is the line of scrimmage, and you can bully Colorado on both sides.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I want to tell you about my friends over at Newman Roofing. When I needed a new roof, there was only one company I was going to call, and that was Newman. Because as a family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing understands the importance of creating a customer experience centered around values that's built on a foundation of trust and integrity. Newman Roofing has been maintaining its commitment to the company's core values for over 32 years, and it shows, folks. When we dealt with them, they were fantastic. Each team member we dealt with, they were dedicated to respecting both you and your property in hopes of creating a lasting relationship with each family they interact with. If you're someone who values quality workmanship and excellent customer experience, then Newman Roofing, well, there's nowhere else to go. It's the company for you. So whether you need a small roof repair or a complete roof replacement like I did, the team at Newman Roofing approaches every job with the same level of care and excellence. So give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. NewmanRoofing.com.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Healthcare.gov is here for you when life happens. If you lost your health coverage because of turning 26, going off Medicaid, leaving your job, or moving, you could be eligible to enroll in new coverage now. And if you need to update your coverage because of marriage or having a baby, you could also be eligible. But don't wait. There's a limited time to enroll. Check your eligibility at healthcare.gov today. Life happens. Get covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Finally, some changes coming to your weather report across central Ohio. Much of the same through the weekend, 90s under sunny skies. The big changes, though, come early next week as a strong upper-level low crosses the upper Great Lakes region. This will drive in showers and possibly some heavy rainfall Monday and Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Come for the obesity, stay for the anger. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Did you know that dudes in their early to mid-30s start losing 2 to 3% of their testosterone production every year? It's nothing they did wrong, right?
Right.
You can be sexually active, you can look at all the porno you want, but sometimes you can't fight Mother Nature, except you can. With my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. You go in there, you schedule a consult. They will do your lab work, have your results ready within 30 minutes. A licensed medical provider will review the results with you to discuss your options, and you make the decision together with the medical team. The cost of the appointment, just $99, includes the medical consult, T and PSA test. If you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, guess what? Your visit is free. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit TriStateMen'sHealth.com. They're very discreet, too, at Tri-State Men's Health. And that was a pointer from me. Because when I first went there, you know, they're located in a little medical office.
Sure.
Right? And they would just open the door and scream my name.
Oh, they would.
Hello, Michael Ricordati!
They're like, you got ED? And you're like, well, hey, hold on now.
Maybe we
don't shout that in the office.
Yell at everybody. You know, but now they just whisper when you go there.
It's discreet.
Hello. Welcome. People know working.
Let's be clear.
Fixie.
They never did that?
No, of
you
course
were
not.
the one
Stop
shouting
it.
in the office.
Don't take anything I say seriously,
That's
except that my guys at Tri-State Men's Health are the real deal. Speaking of health.
Okay.
And then we'll get to football stuff in a second.
Well, I may have a health thing too, but go ahead.
My parents have been dead all week.
Yeah. How are they feeling?
I could tell a little bit better because my mom was ready to gossip last night when I called. You know, it's like she's never, she's really sick when she doesn't want to throw shade at someone that she knows.
I see.
Right? And so they have a terrible COVID all week, and they've never had it before. So they've had the vaccines and the boosters and crap like that. They've never had the real virus, though.
Never got the actual real enchilada.
So I talked to my mom last week. She sounds like Marge Schott. I feel that. Go to the doctor. I'm fine. Next day, I call my father. He answers the phone. Go to the doctor.
You guys may have something.
Go. They have medicine that will help you.
His eyes gleeking everywhere, just shooting at you.
I don't know why you got to scream at old people to go to the doctor. Okay? But I'm at that point in my life now where I got to talk to my old parents on the phone. I got to scream at them, and I got to tell them what to do and treat them like a toddler. Here's a problem, though. They go to the doctor. The doctor tests them. The doctor says, yes, you have COVID.
Oh.
My mom said, I already knew that. Yes, I know you knew that, but now I'm going to write you a prescription.
Does your mom want to sing for one of my favorite bands?
She sounds like she could right now. Usually it's, hi, everybody. Let me tell you about Janice from down the street.
Now she's going to be the lead vocalist for Lorna Shore. Yes. There you go.
So they wrote him a prescription for the Plaxid or
Plaxo. I don't know. It's the
whatever
one
it is. It's the one that's supposed to shorten the COVID.
COVID, yeah.
Teddy, what is it called? Minoxidil?
If it's COVID, get Plaxovid or something like that.
Something like that.
Teddy, are you a paid endorser for the COVID medicine? Is that what's happening?
I don't remember the rhyme.
So it's called Inject Them with Bleach, Ted. I believe that's what it's called.
Lysol.
That's right. Yeah.
So long story long, they went to the doctor. I said, did you get the prescription? The answer was no. We didn't get it, and we're not going to get it.
Okay.
And I said, why? Because it's $1,600. $1,600. Let me ask you a question. Again, this is not a political statement. It's just a common sense question.
Yeah.
Why are people on Medicare, the people that you say are at most risk from dropping dead of this?
Yes.
And those people have to pay $1,600 out of pocket. Where if I were to get it, my insurance covers it. Who the hell cares about me? Save the old people first.
Dude, yeah. The amount of issues that we have with healthcare in this country.
$1,600.
There's no way that makes sense. I would hope that anyone on any side of any political anything could say, I don't know what we're going to do about X or Y.
But old people shouldn't have to pay $1,600.
Yeah, or how about if you need it, you can get it. How about that? Like if you clearly people who are at risk for COVID, the older you get, the more at risk you are. That seems like a no-brainer that should be just, yeah, it costs a lot of money to make it, costs a lot of money to develop it. Guess what? It's all covered. It's all subsidized. We're getting it to you because you need it. That's the whole point of this thing.
The other thing I've learned as my parents get older is that my wife is mean. She's much meaner than I thought she was.
Really?
Because I said, I'm going to go drop off some food by my parents. Why? Because they're sick and they're not cooking and they don't have any food.
Yeah.
Well, fine if you have to, but just put it on the doorstep and leave. Run away.
Yeah, she doesn't want you to get it.
But come on now.
Well, you can't put it on the doorstep. I'm with her.
But you know what? I can stand on the doorstep and say hello to my parents and see if they're covered in fecal matter. You can check on them a little bit.
Well, if that's happening, there's more than COVID. I just want you to know that's not how COVID works. You don't just become suddenly like, oh, my pores are pooing. I didn't know this was
to say there's not more problems.
What a weird side effect.
Actually, I was reading this story today about this dude. I forget where he lives, another country.
Okay.
6 years prior, he had one of these traumatic brain injuries. Was in a car accident.
Okay.
Very bad.
That's awful.
Okay. So he has this cold for a while, runny nose. He can't stop this runny nose.
Mm-hmm.
And his friends are saying, go to the doctor. You've had this runny nose forever.
Sure.
And he's like, this is so strange because I'm not congested any other way, but I got this runny, leaky nose. So he finally goes to the doctor, and the doctor says, yeah, that's not like boogers or anything. Your brain fluid is leaking out of your nose.
My gosh.
The protective fluid that protects your brain and your skull from impact of any kind, friction, it's leaking out of this guy's nose. I didn't know that could happen.
I didn't know that. I mean, I guess it's all connected up in there, but I had no idea. Yeah, I like people joke about that where it's if you shove something like when we had to do the COVID test, they stick that thing up your nose and it's like, oh my God, it felt like it touched my brain. It's like, I didn't think you actually could though. Can you?
I don't know.
I hope not. That's bad.
Probably touch your eyeball though, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe. By the way, you can touch your eyeball on the outside. I don't know if you know how eyes work. I could do it right now.
I got it.
Did you see the other thing with health related?
I got to pay off on the tees.
Why do you have to pay on? Okay. I'm just going to try to be local and relating to the audience.
Okay, go ahead.
You go outside today and you notice, like, wow, that's a weird cloud. Why does it look like it's coming from the southeast side of Columbus? Did you hear about the giant fire?
I saw it when I was driving in. What surprised me, though, is that the smoke was white. It wasn't black.
It wasn't at first. It was black at first.
I just saw when it was white. I thought Columbus had a new pope.
No. They do. It's actually Dom Taberry.
Hey,
Dom is now Pope of Columbus.
Do a lot worse than me.
That's right.
Can I go commando underneath the robe?
Yeah. Dom's going to get to the bottom of that whole email scandal that they had over there where all of our data got breached in the city. He's going to fix that. No, I hope that we're all healthy because they're saying this is all like stuff burning from an auto recycling plant. And knowing what autos are made out of, there's a lot of materials that it would seem like are not good in the atmosphere.
Bone, I'm going to put your mind at ease.
Thank God we've got a bunch of wind and rain coming to knock all that out.
I'm going to put your mind at ease.
Yeah.
That's not going to kill you.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
We walk down a hallway in this building every single day with active asbestos that they put a hefty bag over. And they said, don't worry, we solved the problem.
We aren't lying.
No.
We moved into this building where 10 TV has been for all of as long as 10 TV's been on the air that I've been around, it's been in this building. When we came in here the first week, I walked through the hallway in the upstairs, and there's a sign that says, please be aware, asbestos is above you.
Skull and crossbones.
But it's being mitigated. And then they sent out an email one week and said, hey, they're going to redo the asbestos mitigation. And then next week I come in, and the plastic's just drooping down, like loose. And I said,
the asbestos still there.
I emailed and said, is that okay? Are we?
I've just been licking it like a deer on a salt lick.
So they said one of the IT guys just went up there and duct taped it back up together.
Very good.
This is what we have protecting us from asbestos in this building.
10 TV investigates. Can we
investigate the hallway?
Hi. I'm reporting live from upstairs.
We get weather impact emails every 5 seconds around here. Can we get an asbestos impact email?
All right, NFL. Browns and Giants Sunday at 1. Myles Garrett did not practice yesterday with the foot. He'll probably play. Don't worry about it. He's like Bruce Smith now. Doesn't have to practice. Bengals play the Commanders on Monday night. Yeah. T. Higgins was back at practice yesterday, but he was limited. Also for the Brownies, David Njoku is ruled out with the ankle.
I just want to point out that with the Browns, with Myles Garrett, he had a quote today, or not a quote. This is from Mary Kay Cabot, who said he's revealed it's not just one foot that's bothering him, it's both feet that are bothering him. And he's discussed having a possible procedure somewhere down the road.
No, he'll be fine.
Possibly related to double foot surgery he had as a boy.
He's fine.
Oh, okay. So just don't worry about that. I just want to be clear that you're on the record as don't worry about it.
He's going to flip his car on the way to the game this week. Everything's going to be fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. He's awesome.
Let him
Saturday showcase coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got an accident that's blocking the left lane and causing some delay if you're traveling on westbound 33 after Livingston Avenue. And you should know that Alum Creek Drive between Refugee Road and Winslow Drive is currently closed due to a fire, so seek an alternate route. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. CenterPoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. The fall deals at Germain Honda of Dublin are beautiful. The 24 Civic LX, only $249 a month for 36 months. The 24 Accord LX, only $279 a month for 36 months. With 10,000 miles a year on the lease, $34.99 cash cap reduction, payments plus tax, tag, and document fee, and away you go. How about 0.9% up to 36 months on the 24 Prologue, the first all-electric SUV from Honda. For the best deal in town, Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road.
Script Ohio necklaces, Blocko earrings, Ohio State bangles, and more. You'll find an exclusive collection of luxury Buckeye jewelry you'll love at the Diamond Cellar, starting at $99. Show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Buckeyes are back at the shoe for a battle with Marshall.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday morning at 6:30 with the Kick at Noon.
Every game, every season, your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Ohio Basement Authority. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at ohiobasementauthority.com.
You're listening to the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report, featuring the latest player injury updates from a fellowship-trained Mount Carmel sports medicine specialist physician, so you know who's in and who's out for this week's games.
Our doctor, as always, is Dr. Brian Galoni. Doc, let's talk injuries. Tough one for Browns wide receiver David Bell. He's got a dislocated hip. A tough injury for him. Sounds like that's not something you're coming back from during the season, right? Even this early on, that's probably making it an all-year thing for him.
You know, a T-bone, that's a big traumatic injury. You know, usually you hear about dislocated shoulders, and that's kind of a loose joint to begin with, easy to dislocate. That hip bone, though, is a ball inside a socket, and that takes a lot of trauma to knock that thing out. So they're planning on taking him to surgery. When one of these big joints get dislocated, the key is to get him back in really quickly. You know, we're talking within hours. So I'm sure they got him in, sedated him, and popped it back in place right away. But it's such a traumatic injury. I can imagine there's probably a cartilage tear, maybe some ligament tears, maybe a chip bone. Hard to say.
Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins quarterback who has had a history of concussions, had another one. Clearly, we see that fencing posture that happens when someone gets a concussion. It seemed like he had that kind of reaction again. Do doctors, scientists, do they really know what's happening inside of our brain when a concussion happens and that occurs? Do they have a real good solid read on what that is?
We're learning more and more about concussions, but we still really don't know a lot of stuff. You know, you see somebody with that posturing, some think, oh, maybe this is a seizure, maybe it's not. I don't think, at least as far as we know, that Tua experienced an all-out seizure. One thing we do know, it doesn't necessarily indicate how long it's going to take to recover, or it's not necessarily an indication how severe the concussion was.
We appreciate the info as usual. We'll talk again next week, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report with T-Bone. Mount Carmel, because of you.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Highly medicated, barely educated. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Hey, guess what? It's fall. But the temperatures still say hot, hot, hot. Right, Buster Poindexter?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're running that air conditioner and you got leaky windows, guess what? You're paying to air condition the outside. I want you to call my friends at Universal Windows Direct. They back everything they do up with a 20-year warranty, plus 0% financing for 60 months. Give them a call now, 614-502-5220. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. And if you tell them that I sent you, you get an additional $250 off the project. 614-502-5220 or UWD.com. Saturday Showcase.
Common Man and T-Bone present Saturday Showcase.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. From sump pumps and water heaters to full heating and cooling repair and replacement. The Waterworks tackles it all. Call 614-232-2222 today.
This is a Big Ten game, kids. Number 11, USC at number 18, Meat Chicken. This is 3:30 on CBS.
Yep, and the Trojans are favored by 4 points on the road. Squaring off these two teams in the regular season for the first time since 1958. Wolverines hosting the Trojans in their first ever clash, of course, as Big Ten foes. 8 of their 10 previous matchups were in the Rose Bowl. This is only the second time USC has played inside Michigan Stadium. Sharon Moore has Alex Orji now to turn to a quarterback.
It's Orji time.
Yeah, but Orji, of course, going to have his hands full with the Trojans, who are coming off a bye week. They were able to kind of slow down what LSU did with the run game, which looked more impressive when they did it in week 1 because you thought LSU might be actually good. Their run game has not looked as good since. They also shut down Utah State in week 2. So you have a USC defense that should be good against the run. They seem to be. And you have a Michigan offense that wants to run the football. Alex Orji has 7 career passes to his name in 3 seasons at Michigan. That is why a lot of people thought, Adam Rittenberg, we talked with him earlier this week, that he would get the job, Orji would get the job to start. He did not, and that's part of the reason why. They want to be able to throw the football and have a dynamic offense. It doesn't look like the Michigan coaches trust him much to do that. We'll find out this week because he's going to have to throw it. However, first-year coordinator for USC, Danton Lynn, who came in from UCLA right across town, he's fixed up that defense. It seems like early returns are good. They can load up against the run in this one. I think USC comes out of there with a victory. I don't know if it'll be, the 4 points. I'm not touching that. I would just go straight up money line on this, but I think USC gets the job done.
Couple of what I think to be evenly matched teams. Vegas thinks so too because it's a 1-point spread. Number 12, Utah. At number 14, Oklahoma State. 4 o'clock on Fox.
Yeah, stop me if you've heard this one before. Cam Rising, quarterback for Utah, is ouchie. Suffered a hand injury in week 2. Missed the Utes win over Utah State. Should be healthy enough for this one. And if he is there and healthy, you would obviously presume he will make a major difference because since 2021, Utah's 19-5 when he starts and finishes a game. In all other games, Utah is only 12-8. Freshman Isaac Wilson is there to play if for some reason Rising can't go. He has thrown 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions so far in limited backup duty. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State running back Ollie Gordon II, one of the best in college football last year, but he's not really going the same rate so far through 3 games. He has had the ball 20 times per game or more in each of those games, but he just has 216 yards on 3.5 yards per carry, and that's not getting the job done. 45-10 win against Tulsa. He had 41 yards on 17 carries, so something's got to give here. You would expect either he gets going or maybe that Utah offense gets going a little bit better. Here's the matchup to watch. Oklahoma State's offensive line ranked among the best in college football, one of the most experienced. Utah ranks number 15 nationally with 10 sacks in 3 games on their defensive line. So battle of the trenches there with the OK State offensive line and Utah defensive line. I think Utah gets it done on the road, but that road environment will be challenging.
Battle of unranked teams, but I just want to see how bad it gets for Florida State. Cal, undefeated, at Florida State, hasn't won a game. 7 o'clock tomorrow night, ESPN2.
Florida State favored in this one by 2.5. Florida State, of course, could be scaring down 0-4. Cal undefeated this year. They've already defeated Auburn and San Diego State, so not just playing nobody. This is their first ACC matchup in Tallahassee. First one, period, for Cal, now that they're in that conference. This is one of the worst starts for the Seminoles in Florida State history. Bears finished with a season-best 473 yards of offense when they beat San Diego State last week. Fernando Mendoza, my guy, 21-29 at quarterback there for Cal with 198 yards and 2 touchdowns. Neziah Hunter had 4 touchdown receptions in 3 games, so he's been pretty good. DJ Uiagalelei, meanwhile, for Florida State, 56 of 99, 666 yards exactly. And it does feel like something out of the bowels of hell. That's about what his tenures felt like there. 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and 6.7 yards per attempt. No running game for Florida State. They are 133 out of 134 when it comes to average rushing yards per game, with 52 yards per game as their current season average. I think Cal gets this one done. And if you haven't looked yet again, go check out Cal's Twitter. Not the official Twitter. Just search Cal Florida State on your Twitter or X and see all the memes. The Cal fan base has been going into like absurd mode with this, and I love it. I'm here for all this weirdness. I hope Cal pulls it off and Florida State starts 0-4.
Number 6, Tennessee. They're running onside kicks when they're up by 30. They're on the road at number 15, Oklahoma. 7:30 on ABC.
Yeah, Oklahoma, their defense is good. Brent Venables, that's what he was known for at Clemson, and now in his third season there at Oklahoma, which I can't believe it's been 3 years already. They're only allowing 264 yards per game over the first 3 weeks, and they already have generated 10 turnovers as a defense. Temple, Houston, and Tulane are who they've beaten. They combined to average 2.2 yards per carry in the first 3 weeks, and the Oklahoma defense allowing just 11.3 points per game. Tennessee, meanwhile, what do? Score points. You just mentioned it. They were up 30 in the first quarter. They ran an onside kick. They won 69-3 over Chattanooga. They put up 71 and 740 yards in last week's win over Kent State. They've got that quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, who is the redshirt freshman quarterback, who's already looking like one of the top quarterbacks in the SEC. 10.4 yards per pass attempt, 71% of his passes, completion rate, and over 800 scrimmage yards. He is on an $8 million contract, so now you can see why they've paid all that money. I do think Tennessee gets this done. It is on the road. They're favored by 6.5 are the Vols, and I'm guessing they will win this game, but it should be a fun contest between that Oklahoma defense and this Tennessee offense.
Potential upset game, number 13, Kansas State at BYU, 10:30 on the S-Pen.
These two schools have never met as conference opponents, but you're right, number 13, K-State, they're favored by a touchdown on the road. It's late, 10:30 on ESPN, like you said. The last time they squared off was in the 97 Cotton Bowl. BYU won that, but here's where we're at now. BYU offense doing good through the air, almost 300 yards per game in that regard. But Kansas State, they are they're one of the best teams in the Big 12 when it comes to running the ball, over 250 yards per game. So we'll see which of those approaches works better. I think BYU keeps it close at home. I'll take the points in this one, but K-State probably wins.
If you'll forgive me, I have to scream about something.
Okay.
That's out of character for me, but I have to scream about something coming up next. Colin Mann and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got an accident on the right shoulder of westbound 670 after 3rd Street to watch out for. Police are on scene there causing some holdup. And there's a slowdown on southbound 71 on the north side from Hudson Street to 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Welcome to the greatest show on turf at Great Lakes Kia. I'm pretty sure that's just tile. And you can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Kia is under $5 a day.
I'm Bart Zimmerman, General Manager at Great Lakes Kia.
Bart's coming up big. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV Wind, and Sorrento LX.
Under $5 a day. $5.
Oh, and a fan favorite, new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Even new 24 Kia Carnival LXS, under $9 a day.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like credit interference.
No problem. Get approved with 1.9% financing.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus,
GreatLakesKia.com.
Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
To Central Ohioans, fall means one thing, football. At Sears Heating and Cooling, fall also means one thing, furnaces. We're not plumbers or electricians. Nope. For 74 years, we've been your Central Ohio heating and cooling experts. Need an electrician or plumber? We'll gladly give you a referral, but we won't pretend to be your one-stop shop for all the trades. We're HVAC experts, and our mission is to provide the highest quality service at the best possible price. That's the local advantage of doing business with your neighbors at Sears Heating and Cooling. Online at SearsHeatingCooling.com.
It's Sunday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Chiefs and Falcons from Atlanta. Live coverage starts Sunday at 7:30.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Have you tried all the great new food at Ohio Stadium? Each home game, the Levy Culinary Team creates a burger named after the opponent. Taste the competition burger. This Saturday will feature the Marshall Down Home Burger, combining a fresh beef patty topped with barbecue burnt ends, mac and cheese, red onion, and finished with bread and butter pickles. Try the Marshall Down Home Burger at the Taste the Competition burger carts at Section 8 on A deck and Section 12 on C deck on game day.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Barely 5 hours a week. It's how much time most of us spend outdoors. Not nearly enough time getting lost in canopies of breathtaking fall colors. Brilliant hues extending all across America's third most forested state. We could all use a little more time outdoors, soothing mind, body, and spirit in West Virginia. Plan your fall getaway at wvtourism.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. When it comes to being a Newman Roofing customer, you can trust they're always going to put your needs first. They're going to give you the white glove treatment so you feel confident you're making the best decision. So don't just get a roof, get a Newman roof. Give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Objects in radio may be dumber than they appear. This is Man and Bone.
Gonna take some gasoline, burn her house down. Hey, this dumb show is brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. It's Tool of the Week Friday. Send in your Twitter tools at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. Chris Collinsworth and NBC are apparently close to a new 4-year deal. Oh, whatever. Let him live.
All right. That's
does a fine job.
Does he?
He's good enough.
I mean, I don't know. I find him to be quite annoying from time to time, but
I could take him or leave him.
Yeah.
You know what helps me too? I
What's
watch
that?
all these games with music on and the sound off.
That's probably the best way to go.
Very rarely do I actually listen to a broadcast of a game. But anyway, let him live. New 4-year deal. Whatever. Stop giving your son jobs. That's all I have to say about that.
No doubt.
But I'm reading this, and I saw the headline on awful announcing. And again, I tend to like awful announcing, but it's like everybody's been totally hypnotized by this guy. Here's the headline. A Chris Collinsworth contract extension impacts Greg Olsen the most. Oh, my God. Can we stop talking about this guy like we sent him to jail? Yes, I know. He did a good job last year, and Tom Brady sounds like a toddler, and it's not fair that Greg Olsen's working on the #2 television crew on Fox. But my God, we didn't care this much when Brittany Griner was in a Russian prison.
No kidding,
But
dude.
every article is, how does this impact Greg Olsen? It's not fair. He has to go home and tell his family. Not too many people can see him on TV anymore. Who cares? Shut up about Greg Olsen.
Like you said, we have nothing against awful announcing. They do a great job, but that was one of those where it's not just them. this has been a talking point for like everyone in the media who covers any of this stuff. It's every 5 seconds. Whenever it almost feels like now we're going to get to the point where it's like, Woj stepped down from NBA. How will this impact Greg Olsen? Because it's like, well, they got more of a budget at ESPN. Maybe they can hire Greg Olsen. Like all roads lead back to Greg Olsen.
Just know that whatever you do this weekend, whatever you do, you're running errands at the store. Maybe you're thinking, I'm in a rush. I don't want to put my cart away. No, that could impact Greg Olsen somehow. I don't know how. Maybe it accidentally runs into someone's Jag in the parking lot, and that person knows Greg Olsen and then calls him on the phone and tells him about it. He flies into a rage, punches the wall, breaks his hand, and then he can't broadcast anymore.
But I don't know if I'm speaking for you on this. I certainly don't hate Greg Olsen. I don't dislike him.
I don't hate him either. He's fine.
This is where I was many years ago with Brady Quinn when he was playing college football. And I know now everybody loves Brady Quinn because he's a Columbus guy and all that stuff is fine. But I remember when he was an overhyped Notre Dame quarterback and everyone wanted to be on, like, just constantly talking about how this guy, oh my God, he might be the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. And I'm sitting there going, have you guys missed watching like Troy Smith? As a Buckeye fan, I felt like, and Troy won the Heisman, it worked out. I'm just saying there were times where I found myself not disliking Brady Quinn, disliking the amount of conversation that went towards him where it's really not his fault. He's just living his life, playing his sport. But man, it felt like every 5 seconds they had to turn it into like, yeah, this guy's good, but he's no Brady Quinn. And it's like, is that the standard we measure quarterbacks by now? It used to. I mean, if you were around in that time, you know what I'm talking about. It was nauseating.
I promised my daughter this weekend, because she just got one of these little build-it-yourself bracelet bead things. She likes to make stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
Daddy, will you make a bracelet with me this weekend?
Yes, I will make a bracelet with you, but only if we can make WWGOD bracelets.
WWGOD. What would Greg Olsen do?
What would Greg Olsen do?
Yes,
not
course.
God.
No.
Greg Olsen do. Only if we can do that, honey.
Man,
Who's Greg Olsen? And I slap her right in the face. How do you not know the greatest broadcaster of all time?
Find someone who looks at you the way that I guess all of NFL media looks at Greg Olsen, because
like, does he text them all?
Dude,
and just like rub them off or something? It's like, you're doing such great work.
I think,
thank you, Greg. Let me write about you.
I think he's awesome. Like, as a broadcaster, he does a great job. I do think he got screwed over by the fact that they wanted Tom Brady over him, because if you've listened to Tom Brady, you know he's not very good. But he's Tom Brady. The name speaks for himself, basically. All that being said, every time now it almost feels like we're getting to where you kind of will have conversations with people about something in sports, and they will be like, yeah, well, I don't know if you know this, and they'll bring up some other horrific thing happening in the world, which is obviously terrible. And they'll bring it up to be like, yeah, well, that's not really that important because this other thing that none of us can control is happening over here somewhere else. It's like, right. I get that. That is terrible. I was talking about something unrelated to that. Can we stick on that for a second? That's where it feels like now we are with Greg Olsen, where we talk about anything you want in sports. We're going to find a way to say yes, and Greg Olsen's getting screwed. That's the biggest injustice we have going on.
Can you believe the Buckeyes lost to Marshall this weekend? Hey, man, just a game.
Yeah.
Greg Olsen's getting screwed.
Could be worse. You could be Greg Olsen. Like, that's going to be the thing now. There's going to be a kid coming home like, Dad, I got cut from my 8th grade basketball team.
Hey, let me tell you
my dreams are shattered. I don't know if I'll ever play basketball again. Well, at least you're not Greg Olsen's son. Could be getting paid $5 million a year to watch NFL games and talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
That would suck.
Jeremiah Smith, he's not Greg Olsen, but he's got some stuff going for him. Has parlayed his early success into a partnership with Red Bull.
There you go.
He becomes their first college football NIL athlete. So good for him.
Yeah. I think this is one of those deals in the NIL space that actually looks like what we all thought it would look like when it happened.
This is what we thought NIL was going to be.
Now, obviously, he's only played 2 whole college football games. So I realize even this is a little soon. But the idea is you're a talented player. You come in, you show up, you show that you're good. Instantly, there's already been a buzz about him before he got on campus. And then he gets on campus and has done nothing but solidify that he is a talented player. And now you have a big endorser come in and say, yes, we would like to be a part of that. My guess is that endorsement deal like this doesn't just come around in the matter of a couple of weeks. This is probably something where this has been talked about prior to the last few days. They probably worked this out, and it just now finally got done. Either way, it does kind of look like something where you say, all right, this guy showed up, played well, and now is getting an endorsement deal. That's kind of what I thought NIL would look like. It does not usually look like that, good, bad, or otherwise.
His first act of business is to punch Max Verstappen in the face.
Oh, we might, you know what? Off season next year, he's a Red Bull guy. You might see him at a Formula One race.
Why wouldn't you?
You might see him this year at a Formula One race.
Absolutely.
I guess they've still got Miami happened, right? But Vegas hasn't. I don't know when the weekend. I don't know what weekend Vegas is.
I don't know. I have an interesting dilemma to share with you coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 40-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking 2 left lanes. If you're on eastbound 270 on the South Outer Belt before 23. And there's a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Z-Bar. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bar undercoating from $2.99. And fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bar, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161. Home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the sports book, the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino. Yes, they've changed the name.
It is better than ever, but they're still going to have your favorite teams on the biggest screens. You can place your bets, grab some wings and an ice-cold pint, and even hang out with us.
We're going to be there broadcasting live from 3 to 6, Friday, September 27th. And we've got tickets to give away, so come and be with us and hug us.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
A wide-open border with illegals pouring across. Skyrocketing prices on everyday goods pushing bank accounts to the breaking point. And crime on the rise in our towns and cities. The Democrats are destroying our nation and failing us.
Ohio needs to defeat your horrendous radical left Democrat, Senator Sherrod Brown. He pretends he's my best friend until he gets in, and then he goes radical left all the time. He's not with me. He votes with Biden all the time.
Sherrod Brown and the radical Democrats have shown they will only continue to fail our nation over and over again. In Washington, only Bernie Moreno and President Trump will make America great again by securing our border, building the wall, deporting illegal aliens, ending Biden and Brown's out-of-control inflation, lowering prices on everyday goods, and putting America first.
Vote for Bernie Moreno. He'll be a great, great senator.
I'm Bernie Moreno, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Bernie Moreno for Senate and NRSC.
Get Nature Stone and never replace your flooring again. Nature Stone is a beautiful permanent flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Act now to get pricing as low as 99 cents a square foot plus installation. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Golf, second round of the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. Out of the Scarlet Course at OSU. Pontus Nyholm, the leader at 9 under par. He's a stroke better than Noah Goodwin. Continuing his ascension through the front office, Rick Nash today elevated by the Blue Jackets to the role of Director of Hockey Operations. Jackets with their first preseason game coming on Monday at Buffalo. College football tonight, number 22 Nebraska playing host to number 24 Illinois. Of course, third-ranked Ohio State at home with Marshall tomorrow right here on the Fan. Baseball, Columbus Clippers continue their series at Toledo. Cincinnati Reds at home of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the playoff-bound Cleveland Guardians will begin a series in St. Louis tonight. This update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Let's see. High school, Buckeyes, Browns, kids in the retention pond. It must be Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Football is good. The Fan. Did you feel that? It's your radio getting fatter. Getting fatter.
Chubby time.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
It is Tool of the Week Friday. Send in your Twitter tools at Man and Bone 971. Text the burner phone 614-787-3093. Here is one on the burner phone. Normally we save tools till 5:34, but I did want to read this one.
Okay.
My Papa Diaz.
I want me some glory hole.
I may have to nominate myself for Tool of the Week. I was turning into the Dewey's/Starbucks/Nothing Bunt Cakes Plaza off Post Road last night around 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
And almost cut the turn short. There was a silver Audi with what appeared to be Common Man behind the wheel. If that was you, Common Man, that was me in my blue truck. Sorry if I got too close. I was trying to get coffee on the way to work at the hospital. Luckily, Starbucks closed at 2 because reasons. So I didn't even get my coffee. This is from Rob. Rob, it was me. You did get too close, but I forgive you.
Well, that's nice.
Thank you, Rob.
And also, you know what, Rob, the fact that you understood that you may have cut it a little too close and then apologized.
That's all we're looking for here.
Yeah.
All right, look, we've all done it. I do it too. You accidentally cut somebody off, they're in your blind spot, or you're just too aggressive, you're not paying attention. And I always put out the I'm a dumbass wave.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I sort of shrug my shoulders. I'm sorry. I'm a dumbass. And really, that's all I want from anybody. Rob is a model citizen. Mm-hmm. I want to send a lot of people to jail. I would not send Rob to jail because Rob has what he should have in that situation, and that is shame.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could actually have a message board on the back of my car, like an LED, where I could just say something. If I accidentally cut someone off and they're mad and they're flipping me off, I wish I could just have a message that says, sorry, I was lost in thought thinking, what would happen if Michigan had never met Connor Stallions? Would Ohio State have beaten them the last few years? Would there be a national championship? I don't know. Anyway, sorry about all that. I'm lost in the sauce. That's my bad.
I have the same thoughts, except I wonder what would happen if Jack Harbaugh pulled out. that was my thought.
Let me tell you, we're up right now. Jack Harbaugh is not a pull-out guy.
I know that. That's what I mean.
Ain't no pulling out in that man's game, my friend. He doesn't know the meaning. That is at the drive-in all the time.
I got a dilemma for you.
He's parked.
Shohei Ohtani.
Okay, what's the dilemma?
No, he's pretty good. Here's the dilemma.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. He's the first member of the 50-50 club. Here's what he did last night.
Okay.
In a 20-4 Dodger victory over the Marlins, he only went 6 for 6 with 2 doubles, 3 homers, 2 steals, and drove in 10.
Yeah.
This guy.
And the I don't know if you saw these home runs, if you weren't watching it. The last home run that he hit was, I think, off of a position player because, of course, like you said, the score ended up being 20-4. But usually when a guy is throwing you a 56 mile an hour, nothing little bloop, guys hit those out from time to time. Shohei Ohtani put this one on the effing moon. And again, it didn't have a velocity coming at the bat that would allow it to then be reciprocated when he swings. He had to generate all that power, basically hitting it off a tee, more or less, and he put it out into like the third deck. The guy is unreal. We've never seen anything like this. I don't know that. I'm not saying in the history of baseball, I don't know. I'm saying I know you and I, Mike, and Ted, none of us have been alive when someone this good has been playing baseball.
No, and look.
No, we just haven't.
I've said this too. They've changed the rules. They make it easier to steal bases. You can't throw over that much. The bases are bigger. I get it.
He stole 51 of them.
I understand that. So my point is, if we start to see guys stealing 50 bases every single year, and also hitting 50 homers, then down the road, maybe we'll look at this accomplishment and say,
And also,
whatever.
We know that prior to his injury, which of course he's not been pitching this year, he was a Cy Young level pitcher as well. Like the capability of this ball player is, I mean, again, the only person that we probably can ever statistically compare him to will be Babe Ruth, because we know Babe Ruth was an elite pitcher and obviously one of the greatest hitters we've ever seen. But again, comparing eras is tough because you don't have protein shakes that Babe Ruth could have been eating, but Babe Ruth didn't have to. He didn't compete against everyone at the time who played baseball, so that's also a problem. So there's
no one's ever done 50-50 in the history of baseball. Also, they've been playing baseball professionally for 150 years. No one has had a 3-homer, 2-steal game in baseball history, and he had that last night.
I'm guessing not many guys have had a 10 RBI night either.
No, but that's happened.
I know that's
at least happened.
Has it happened on the night where you set another record that no one's ever done?
That's never happened either. But here's my dilemma. So the guy at Dodger Stadium, it was the Dodger Stadium?
No. It was
Miami.
the Marlins. It was the Marlins Park.
The guy in Miami who caught home run ball number 50.
Okay.
I mean, that's the ball.
Well,
right?
It is, yeah.
That's the ball that everybody wants. The Hall of Fame wants it. The Dodgers want it. Shohei Ohtani wants it. And normally what happens is that, representative comes in the stands and says, all right, we'll give you season tickets and merch credits, and Shohei Ohtani will come mow your lawn, and you can go meet him. We just need the ball. But there's some sort of trade that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. They went through all the scenarios with this guy. They tried to get the ball from the guy, and the guy said, no, I'm taking it home with me. So here's the dilemma I have for you. Is he obligated to give that ball back?
No.
Because technically it's Shohei's accomplishment. It is
Shohei's accomplishment, and he has the video of it. He has the jersey he wore. He has all the paraphernalia he had on. He has the bat from it. The pitcher, let me ask you this. Does the pitcher who threw him the pitch, is he obligated to give him the glove that he was wearing when this, is the guy who was selling beer in the second row, is he supposed to give you the clothes he had on? What are we talking about? That's the ball that went out. This guy caught it. It is luck, pure luck, nothing about that. But it's his possession now. And if you want it back, the guy who is the owner of the Dodgers is worth $6 billion. Pay for it. Pay $1 million to this guy, see if he'll give it up. Major League Baseball, you print money, go pay this guy for the ball if you want it. Shohei Ohtani wants it. We know he's worth $1 bajillion. Pay for it if you want it. I understand your point.
No, I'm not saying that's my point.
I'm saying I understand the people who say Shohei Ohtani's the one who did this. He's the one who put the value on this. That's fine. This guy happened to finders keepers.
No, I'm probably keeping it too. The one thing that would give me pause, there's an episode of Seinfeld. Kramer goes to the OTV. He wins a bunch of money on a horse, and he sort of he puts up his winnings up in the air.
Yeah.
And this guy follows him onto the subway to presumably beat the hell out of him and take the money.
Right.
I would just assume walking out with that baseball in the parking lot, I'm going to get jumped.
Well, there's that.
Someone's going to beat the hell out of me for this ball. That's genuine concern I would have.
All right, that's fair. But presuming this guy made it home, which I hope he did.
He's dead now.
No, I'm saying I don't blame him at all for saying, yeah, I'm waiting for a great deal. I mean, have you ever seen where a news channel someone gets video of some crazy thing, maybe they get a video of something happening with a president or a celebrity or whatever, and it's video that all the news networks want this video. What has happened in the past is the news networks will call you and say, hi, we see you have this video on Twitter, can we use it? And sometimes people will just go, yeah, and then that's it. And then some people have realized, oh, you know what I should do is say, Yes, but you have to credit my YouTube channel or credit my account that I posted it on. Okay.
This is from Big Ass 69er. But we're getting this wonderful sunset video from.
Then some people have realized that what they should actually do, which I agree with, is say, sure, pay me for it. If I was a photographer and I was working at a sporting event and you want to use my photo, you have to credit it. You have to pay a fee. Why would that be any different for a regular person? I'm just saying that's where I view this as is if you want that ball back, well, then you should have had Dodgers employees and other people out there who could go catch it because this guy caught it and he doesn't have to give it back to you. Or you can put on the tickets, if you catch something, it's not yours, you have to give it back. If you want to do that, change the rules in baseball. But if that's what the rules say, I know what you're talking about because it is history. You want the history to be preserved, all that stuff. Pay me for that history, man. You charged me a lot of money to go to that game, didn't they?
You know what I'm surprised, though? I'm surprised, and I'm not saying they should do this, but I'm surprised that Major League Baseball doesn't put something on the ticket, on the back of the ticket in fine print. Look at me talking about how there's an actual ticket. Well, you know what I mean?
No. They have an agreement on even the digital ticket.
Right.
There is something
exactly
there.
Where it's anything that goes into the stands, we have the right to confiscate. It's our property.
They may decide to do that at some point.
They may, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised they don't have that now.
Well, I'm fairly certain, I could be wrong. I'm fairly certain the NFL does have something like that, or at least I know this.
I think they do.
When you go to NFL games, if the ball comes up in the stands, you don't keep it.
Right.
They come find it.
You know, I think the White Sox do that. If you get shot, you don't get to keep the bullet. They actually go in with some tweezers, like the game Operation, try and get the bullet out of you.
What if you jump out of the stands and you stab someone on the field? Do you get to keep the knife that you brought from home to stab someone, or how does that work?
No, because technically you never should have been allowed in with the knife. So they're going to take the bloody knife.
They didn't catch it. So what are you going to do?
That's right.
I mean,
is it on them or is it on you?
I'm telling you, and you know this about me. If Shohei Ohtani ball landed in my lap, I am getting the hell out of there, and I'm getting a lawyer, and I am saying, please, you handle all my calls. Let me know, deal or no deal. Just tell me what you got. And I will, every time the Dodgers come back, I'm like, well, how about 3 signed jerseys? I'm like, I'm sorry, does that have a dollar sign attached to it? No. I need dollars and cents, please. Tell me how much you're paying for this.
By the way, speaking of bad White Sox, if you don't know what to do tonight, you have nothing to do. You got football on tonight on Fox, a game that I'm actually looking forward to watching, Illinois and Nebraska tonight. After that is over, if you have access to it, flip over and watch the White Sox and Padres. Mm-hmm. We're getting one step closer.
To the edge.
They're at loss number 117. We need this weekend to be a complete disaster. I'm sure it will be because they're on the road. The Padres are much better. But I need all the hopes and prayers that I can get, all the good tidings.
Yeah, you want to see it actually happen.
Because I'll be watching.
Sure.
Naked, digesting my pizza. You know, maybe a pint of ice cream night tonight, too.
Oh, a pint of ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Pizza and a pint.
Well, that serves one.
Oh, I know.
I could never get a couple servings out of that pint. Teddy's getting the 4 recommended servings out of the Ben & Jerry pint.
Teddy, have you ever sat down and eaten a whole pint of ice cream in one sitting?
No, that's way too much.
No, Teddy.
Come on.
Teddy. I know
I can eat half of it.
I know it's a lot, but have you ever just plowed through that? No. Never.
No.
In your whole life?
Good for you.
No.
What's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor would be cookie dough.
I love a chocolate chip cookie dough. That's great.
You know who's got a great cookie dough? I've said this before.
Who's that?
Wits.
Oh, yeah, I've had that.
With the little Witster, whatever the hell they call that thing. Very good. Get that with cookie dough.
It's good. I've had it.
Their vanilla custard is excellent. Their cookie dough is excellent. They put big gobs of it in there.
You know who else has great cookie dough? Toll House.
Just straight out of the tub?
Straight out of the tube, baby.
I like that.
Yeah. That was Phoebe's recipe, right? From Friends?
Oh, just her... Nestle Toll House.
Nestle Toll House or something. Toulouse. Or something like that. Thank you, Ted. What's next? Oh, T-Bone has a very important announcement to make. He told me that he may be leaving his wife. We'll talk about that next. I mean, we share personal things here, so
just putting it out there.
Yeah, this may be a thing.
Okay.
Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 5-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the south side between 270 and Frank Road. And watch out for an accident that's blocking the right shoulder on southbound 315 after King Avenue. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Common Man here for Diamonds Direct. Interest rates are skyrocketing everywhere else. Diamonds Direct has come to the rescue. Listen, this is big. This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever and made for your needs. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. Now through October 1st, you can have Diamonds Direct's incredible value price and spread your payments over 5 years with an unheard of 0% financing. I know I said everything, but I'm going to tell you everything now. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, colored gemstone jewelry, certified diamonds, exquisite designer collections. But act fast because this offer ends September 30th. Don't take my stupid word for it. Go on Google, read the reviews. You will see them for yourself. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Let's get something straight. I'm not here to convince you to use cannabis or to try cannabis. I'm here to tell you that since medical cannabis is legal in this state, Veriheal can help you get your medical cannabis card with no hassle if you qualify. Just go to Veriheal.com, meet with a state-licensed medical doctor online, and, if approved, get your card. There's no fee if you don't qualify, so check it out today. Veriheal. Veriheal.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Friday nights mean high school football. Join us for the fans' high school game of the week.
This week, Dublin Jerome at Olin Tangi Liberty.
Live coverage starts Friday night at 6:30. Your home for Friday Night Lights. The Fan.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Looking for your next Subaru? At Byers Airport Subaru, we give you options from start to finish. Browse and shop entirely online from the comfort of your home at columbussubaru.com or stop by and visit one of our friendly brand specialists just by the airport.
Right now, you can get the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester for 3.9% for up to 48 months.
Whether you prefer to click or come in, we've got you covered. Your journey starts at Byers Airport Subaru. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 48 months on 2025 Subaru Forester. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/24.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Now your ideas don't have to wait.
Dell Technologies and Intel are pushing what technology can do. Bring your ideas to life at Dell.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine, light winds, and a little on the warm side for your Friday night football plans. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight, we'll see the slight chance of a shower. Otherwise, starting your Saturday morning dry, partly cloudy, and warm in the mid to upper 60s. During the day, looks good for the Buckeye game, although it will be hot again under mostly sunny skies in the afternoon, up to near 90 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Just be glad you aren't as stupid as these two.
Oh, yes.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
I want to tell you about my friends at Universal Windows Direct. Maybe you're saying, Common Man, there's a million window companies. Why should I go with this one? Well, first of all, this is the one that endorses me. So that's notch number one on their bedpost. Notch number two is that they have the best deals. And they back it all up with a 20-year warranty. Best deals. Here's an example. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. But it doesn't end there. You buy 4, you get 4. You buy 20, you get 20. There is no... You can buy 100. Must be nice to have a house with 100 windows.
Yeah, no kidding.
But if you do, you'll get 100 free. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Call them today. 614-502-5220. Tell them I told you to call. Get an additional $250 off your project. UWD.com. I was talking to Boner today, and he told me that he came across an old flame, and he may have to actually get back with this person. I was concerned because he's married many years.
Yeah.
3 beautiful children. And I don't like to see families separated. But then you told me who it was, and I came around.
Well, man, you know that I have long been an admirer of this person, and I have made my love known for this person for many years on this show.
But not for a long time. I mean,
Well, our relationship cooled a bit. I wasn't sure where this person was headed in their life. I was headed my own direction in my life. But I thought, we're probably never going to reconnect ever again. But now, first couple weeks of the NFL season, I look up and see one Derek Carr. Oh, yeah. Derek Carr is making plays, completing passes left and right. Good completion percentage, too. I think over 65% in both games. I mean, Teddy's Cowboys got a good look at it last week, Teddy. I mean, he
not
had
just beating people, whooping people.
No problems.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Right. And it's early. It's 2 games, but he's got an offensive coordinator in Clint Kubiak that maybe they see eye to eye. Maybe they get along. Apparently, they've simplified things for him so he doesn't have to call out 18 different protections every single time. I'm just saying, I think we may be there. And Derek Carr may be helping the city of New Orleans in ways we haven't seen in a long time.
How so?
Well, I saw a story today that New Orleans city officials are not sure what to do about the following information. But apparently it has been 18 days since someone was murdered in the city of New Orleans.
Wow.
They said they've not seen a streak like that in decades. It's a big city, just like any big city. You have a murder's just going to happen with millions of people living in a metro area. Sad to say, that's a terrible stat. But every week there are sadly murders in big cities, regardless of how good or bad the police are or anything else. It's just you can't really help that. However, 18 days, apparently, they have not had a murder in New Orleans. And I'm going to say that's about the time that the NFL season started up. People were just excited to watch Derek Carr play. He's been lighting everybody up. They said, you know what, let's put down our guns and knives and acid or flamethrower, whatever you're using. Let's put it all down and let's just watch him play football.
I think it's been very rainy, though.
No. He's healing the city.
I'm just saying, I think when it rains a lot, people stay inside and don't murder. It's always we hear about, growing up in Chicago, I think it's the same way pretty much everywhere. Like the first really hot weekend of the year, like in May, is murder weekend. Because everybody's outside like, hey, it's hot. Hey, I forgot that I hate you.
Yeah,
and
right.
then I shoot you. Maybe because it's been so rainy, There's no shootings.
Everybody's inside. Well, or you know what they are? They're in the Superdome watching him go to town. That's what's happening. They're enjoying Derek Carr time. So they don't need to worry. He's healing the city of New Orleans as we speak, Mike.
Well, I mean, we've had that before. Drew Brees.
Yes.
Healed the city of New Orleans after Katrina.
Single-handedly.
Well, they won the Super Bowl.
No, that
pretty
helped.
damn good.
He certainly embraced that city, but
maybe Derek Carr and his mascara face. He can do that.
Hey, let him live. That's all right. I think Derek Carr could be the answer to your problems at quarterback.
I'm glad that you're back on him.
Oh, because
you divorced him for a while.
I never wanted to leave him, but at some point I had to be objective here, and I had to be someone who came in here and told you he wasn't any good because I thought he wasn't. But he seems to have found something.
You know what I think? You used to have a man crush on somebody else.
Who's that?
And I think that is also going to turn around this year. You know who it is.
I don't know who it is.
Deshaun Watson. When he was with the Texans, you would, oh my God, look at this guy. You loved him. I think you actually played the Minnie Riperton music for him.
I did. And then we found out that like 30 women had accused him credibly of a bunch of things. And I said, you know what? No matter how good or bad he is at football, Bone, not my guy.
Can I tell you something? Being good at something makes people forget. All right, we just talked about Shohei Ohtani. A couple months ago, we thought maybe this guy was in league with mobsters in Southern California.
I mean, I haven't forgotten about that.
Well,
That's the first thought I had.
I'm
last
just saying now it's like, 50-50, 6 for 6. Look how good he is. If Deshaun Watson goes out and starts throwing 6 touchdown passes a game, all of a sudden it's, so they got a little squirty squirt.
That could be for you.
Who cares?
Not for me. That's not how that works over here, but
I don't believe you.
You haven't believed me for years.
I don't believe
for years,
you.
I have told you you're wrong.
You'll be wearing your little elf costume, be dressing up as the elf.
Listen,
your
I'll
little
tell you right
slippers
now,
on.
If you listened to the show last year, you know this. When Nick Chubb went down, that season died for me. I said that's my guy. That's who I was rooting for. When that goes down, I felt like I lost the season last year. So now, I mean, I'm still rooting for the other Browns players. I'm rooting for Nick Chubb to get back. But no, I'm not rooting for Deshaun Watson at all.
There's plenty of good people on the Browns. What are you talking about?
I know, but I'm saying Nick
Gerald Ford.
Nick Chubb was my guy.
On the Browns.
Gerald Ford.
Jerome/Gerald Ford.
My guy.
He's a good guy.
That's fine.
Maybe
I'm just saying.
Mike Hall can stop threatening people with guns.
Yeah, that's not good. Don't do that.
But that was pled down to a misdemeanor. He's all right.
Yeah.
He's good. Who else is there?
I mean, there's lots of David Njoku.
Good guy. Not going to play this weekend.
Ouchie, but good player.
Amari Cooper's there.
Sure.
I've heard nothing but good things about him.
Actually, he dropped a pass the other day that probably would have helped me out with some fantasy points. So
yeah, hell with him then.
Never mind.
Hell with him. Fat Boy Food Tap is coming up next. Plus, something very important. I want to discuss something about prison etiquette with you because I learned something new today. I didn't know. So I'm going to talk about
snitches get stitches.
No, not like that.
That is prison etiquette. That's
prison
real.
Etiquette coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a couple minutes slowdown if you need to travel on westbound 70 on the east side between Bryce Road and 270. And we've got about a 5-minute delay on eastbound 33 between 270 Southeast and Ebright Road. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161, home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
An electrifying live event experience is back. Nitro Circus. Unbelievable tricks. Unstoppable energy that will blow your mind.
People always said that Nitro Circus couldn't work as a live show, but with this much passion, it was always going to work.
Excitement for the entire family. December 5th at Nationwide Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Sherrod Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio.
But what Sherrod Brown does in D.C. has not protected Ohio women and children. Brown voted multiple times to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Not only unfair, but risking injury to female athletes. Brown even introduced legislation to allow transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms. And Brown would allow puberty blockers, even sex change surgery for children. Worse, Brown introduced a law to force women's domestic violence shelters to accept transgender biological men, inflicting more trauma on abused women. So when Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio,
Sherrod Brown is not protecting Ohio women and children. In fact, he's endangering them. Ohio deserves better. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties are just $4.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The show that will tickle you stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this dumb show. It's available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends Care Heating and Cooling.
Mike, I am sad to say I was not aware of this. I just saw this come through from TMZ, and I'm like clicking on this and double checking it and making sure I've got the right person here.
What?
The headline says, legendary boxing promoter Don King battling health issues.
I thought he died like 10 years ago.
That's what apparently, according to this article, he is dealing with some health issues.
What's that? Being extremely old?
They said he spent more than a week receiving treatment at a local facility. This is all from TMZ. it does say that he apparently, this is actually from Mike Tyson, who said, Don is not doing well right now. He's probably close to 100 years old. He's not doing well. I believe Don King is 93. He and Mike Tyson, as you may be aware, had a falling out back in the day. He sued King for $100 million in 98, claiming he was cheated out of millions of dollars. They then settled out of court, and that was the end of their relationship. So anyway, I'm just saying I was not aware that Don King was still with us, but let him live.
All right. Happy birthday, Don King.
It's on his birthday.
Well, happy birthday anyway. You know what? You live to be 93. Every day's your damn birthday.
There you go.
Right?
Celebrate it. That's exactly right.
I want to talk to you about prison etiquette before we get to Fat Boy Food Tip.
Okay.
I was reading a story today with an interview featuring Martha Stewart. Now, I have always thought that Martha Stewart is a huge B. She just rubs me the wrong way.
Not a fan?
No, it comes off as arrogant. And look, maybe it's because she's actively fighting with the barefoot Contessa / Ina Garten here, who I love.
Yeah, well, we both do. We both
I want to stay in her house in the Hamptons and hang out with Jeffrey and have her make me casserole, whatever the hell she's making me. And she's just a fascinating person. She was in public policy and worked for presidential administrations, all of it. Fascinating. She has a book coming out.
All right.
And so Martha Stewart was asked about her relationship with Ina Garten, because I guess back in the day, they used to be close. Here is what Stewart told The New Yorker in an interview that was published on September 9th. When I was sent off to Alderson Prison, she stopped talking to me. I found that extremely distressing and extremely unfriendly. So,
well,
I guess if you don't maintain your personal relationships with convicted felons,
right,
then you are just a rude person. You have to keep in touch with your friends if they go to prison. You got to put some money in the canteen. You got to stop by for maybe a conjugal visit every now and then.
I don't think you have to stop by for a conjugal visit.
Maybe hide a shiv in a birthday cake.
I think there is I'm not really wanting to defend Martha Stewart here.
You stop it now.
Here's what I'm saying.
Stop it now.
She's pointing out that Ina Garten, who was a friend of hers, something happened. Obviously, Martha Stewart committed crime. She's gone to jail. Maybe after that time has ended, maybe it wouldn't be a terrible friendship thing to say, Ina could come over and say, hey, I got to tell you, I have some really strong feelings about what you did, but I also value the friendship we once had. I'd like to at least discuss that with you and see if there's a pathway forward for us to continue our relationship. But I want you to know I don't approve of what you did. And I am mad at you.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Why couldn't you at least maybe reach across the aisle there and say, hey, Martha, I want to have a real conversation with you?
I contend that the only way to stop rooting for the team that you rooted for since birth, that was handed down to you from your father, his father before him, whatever, is if that team up and moves.
Right.
That's your get out of jail free card. Okay. If that team moves and you decide, I'm still going to follow them, that's on you.
Okay.
Ultimately. Okay.
Sure.
We were talking about Pat Murphy. Pat Murphy's from St. Louis. He was a St. Louis Rams fan. They moved to Los Angeles. He still follows the Rams. He could have gotten out of that relationship.
The Buckeye reporter, not the manager of the Brewers, just in case you're...
No one knows that Pat Murphy is the manager of the Brewers.
Well, I didn't until yesterday.
All right?
Now I do.
No one knows. No one cares.
Okay. Fine.
I'm just saying he could have gotten out of his Rams relationship. He didn't. That was his choice.
Sure.
I'm saying that if you're in a friendship that really you could take or leave, you're really just in it to be in it, and maybe this person pisses you off most of the time, but you've been friends for a long time. They text you. I got a lot of friends like this. I try not to answer texts. They just keep texting me. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm sucked into this friendship. If that friend goes to prison, that's it for you. You can decide, I'm ending this friendship.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I've known you for a long time. If you go to prison, we're done.
I understand that.
Teddy, if you go to prison, we're done.
But you don't think that someone who then is the person who went to jail couldn't be like, well, I am disappointed in that. I don't like that happened. I don't like that person just gave up on me. I can understand Ina's position if she says, I don't associate with felons. Sorry, that's not how I roll. I'm Ina Garten. I have standards.
Maybe Ina has a different story to tell.
But I can also understand if Martha Stewart says, boy, you really find out who your friends are when you go upstate. Or in her case, live in your home with an ankle bracelet on, which I'm quite sure what most of her time was in prison.
Maybe. I had a friend when I was a kid, and I got very upset. Kenny Kuzniar was his name.
Okay.
I was friends with him all school year, and then summer vacation came. He went off to camp, and I stayed home. All right, when he came back from camp, all I had to hear was stories about his new friends that he had at camp. Oh, this guy was great, and that's great. And I felt like I wasn't involved. Maybe Ina heard stories from prison.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Martha's friends with Destiny now. She doesn't have time for little old me. She's telling me about all the fun she's having in the yard with Destiny, and they ate tacos last night.
Yeah.
That's great.
So anyway, I was talking with Molotov Molly, who said, after she blew up that school, she really learned a lot about life. And maybe Ina's like, I don't hang out with a Molotov Molly. I don't have that in my life.
I was your friend before you went into prison, and now everything's changed because you went to summer camp, air quotes, and you made friends with Destiny. Now she's your BFF.
Right. No, I'm saying I think it's more nuanced than just one of them's wrong, one of them's right. I'm saying I could see how both of them probably felt a certain kind of way. It's just too bad that these two icons of food and being demure, that they couldn't have found a way to elegantly put aside their differences and work out their problems, maybe over some scones and a nice, maybe a nice latte.
I'll tell you something. If the Paul brothers are fighting on pay-per-view and Dopes will pay $75 to watch it, let's put these two broads in a ring together. I'll pay up.
Martha Stewart seems like she might be game for anything. She's been on roasts. Maybe that's actually where Ina was like, no, I'm okay. I didn't mind that you went to white collar jail. It's that then you started going to Comedy Central roasts and doing Olympics coverage. And I'm like, that's too lowbrow for you. You should be better than that. Ina's not doing stuff like that, is she? No, she's just doing her books and doing her show and probably opening a restaurant here and there. And that's it.
Jeffrey. All right, Fat Boy Foods.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
All right, I don't have much for you today. But I will tell you this. I saw this headline. Culver's Butter Burger is the least unhealthy burger among fast food chains.
Wait.
First of all, that's wrong.
Least unhealthy.
Least unhealthy.
So most healthy?
Yes.
I mean, I know that they're not saying it's actually like probably health food, but explain.
I'm not going to explain.
Oh, okay. There's no explanation.
There's no explanation other than the fact that they compared like their burger against like a Five Guys burger.
Uh-huh.
And they're looking at a single patty with no cheese, no mayonnaise, nothing. Yeah, you strip a burger of all of its essence. I'm telling you, if you're going to Culver's and you're not getting a double,
right?
Who's getting a single unless you're a child?
Sure.
You need a double. You need cheese. You need crap dripping off of there. You have to ask for extra butter. That's what you should be getting at side of cheese curds.
I like the way you said double, honestly. That was just, you were a little Andrew Dice Clay. They're like, who's going there and getting a single, getting a double? Oh!
I didn't hear it.
That was Sebastian Maniscalco-ish.
Oh, we have tickets together.
Oh, do you have tickets?
Oh, we can't do it now.
Oh, we can't do it now? Of course we can't do it now.
NFL Picks is next.
What's the matter with you?
If you'd like to play against us for NFL Picks, 614-821-9710. Just for playing. You're going to get a $50 Roosters gift card. Ooh. Good at all Roosters locations.
Ooh. Oh, well, I don't
know why that's printed on here, but
I would hope it is.
Rooster is a fun casual joint.
Great.
I was there this past weekend.
Lovely.
I paid for it myself, though. I'm not getting free.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to get more than we are out of that. That's great.
Right. Anyway, NFL Picks next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 15-minute slowdown if you need to travel westbound 670 between Leonard Avenue and Neal Avenue. And there's a couple-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the west side between Mount Street and 315. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is brought to you by Monogram Homes. Start your true custom home journey today with a builder you can trust. Monogram Homes. Visit Monogram Homes online at monogramhomes.net.
Heaven on earth. It's here in the mountain towns of West Virginia, draped in vibrant reds, yellows, and oranges. Some of America's most spectacular fall colors. The perfect backdrop to autumn adventure. From scenic train rides to fall festivals, and a cozy cabin waiting at the end of the day. Fall is almost heaven in West Virginia. Plan your getaway at wvtourism.com.
You know that thing you've always been too scared to go for? It seems like you'll never have the guts. Then a cancer diagnosis. And doing that thing becomes way less scary. I would know. I've always wanted a black belt. And today, the only thing standing in my way is a few wooden boards. It's been a lot of hard work and 5 years since I beat cancer at Ohio Health. Bring it on. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep making plans to learn more.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online at worthingtonjewelers.com.
Scotty Vegas here for Maxima Concrete. If you need a driveway, garage, patio, even an in-ground pool, Maxima Concrete are the guys to call. They did a great job for me, and they'll take care of you, too. Schedule a free estimate today at MaximaConcrete.com.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just a slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Fall is here. It's still warm and dry and everything's brown. But yay, fall. Maybe after your summer road trips, you've realized your vehicle sucks. My friends at Jermaine Lexus want to help. Right now, they have special APRs as low as 2.99% on their most popular models like the ES and RX, or lease payments starting as low as $4.99 a month. My friends at Jermaine are the best in the business. If you're in the market, please stop in. 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Fat and happy. Hey, 1 out of 2 isn't bad. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
I want to apologize to all the people out there. I'm aware that was a piss-poor Fat Boy food tip in the last segment. It was just 30 seconds. It was nothing.
Okay.
So don't worry. We'll do more food talk in the 5 o'clock hour.
Oh, yeah, I have an update for you, Mike. Your favorite donut place has some new fall flavors.
I don't want to hear about it. Pissing me off.
I'm going to piss you off in the next segment because I'm going to talk about it and you're going to get mad about it.
NFL picks.
Common Man and T-Bone present NFL Picks.
Sponsored by Roosters. Roosters, a fun casual joint and official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Teddy, what's this dude's name? I can't read it.
That would be Landon.
Landon is my guy. He's going to compete against us this week. Landon, are you ready to go, my friend?
Sir.
All right, here we go. I'll take that as a yes. Game number 1. Giants at the Brownies. I'm going to take the Brownies at home. Giants crap.
I
Come
hope
on,
so.
Bone.
Cleveland should win this game.
I'll take the Browns.
The Bears on the road at the Colts. Bears had a tough go of it last week in Texas, but the Colts are bad. I'm taking the Bears on the road.
Colts are bad, but I think they get it done at home. I'm going Indy at home.
Give me the Bears.
Texans on the road at Minnesota. Is Justin Jefferson dead? Is he playing?
I'm not sure.
Either way, I take C.J. Stroud on the road.
I'd like to do that. I'm going to take Minnesota at home. I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Vikings with the upset.
Eagles with that terrible loss on Monday night to the Falcons. They go on the road to New Orleans, who has just kicked everybody's ass. However, I'm going to say the Birds fly on the road.
See, I'm with you. I feel like New Orleans starts off 2-0 and then gets a little too high. Eagles come back, bring them back down to earth.
I'll take the Saints.
Chargers on the road at Pittsburgh. Of course, Steelers 2-0. Defense has been suffocating. Chargers pretty good, but Justin Herbert listed as questionable with an ankle. Despite that, I'm going to roll the dice and say Chargers win on the road.
Today, Justin Herbert said the ankle is really sore, but hey, good thing it's Friday. I don't think he's going to be effective. I think Pittsburgh wins.
Go Steelers.
Broncos on the road visiting Baker and Tampa Bay. I will take Baker at home.
Tampa at home.
Tampa Bay.
Packers, Jordan Love questionable for this game. If not, it's Malik Willis going back to Tennessee. Yeah, I'll take the Packers on the road.
I'm going to go home team here because I think the injury might affect Green Bay, so I'll go Tennessee.
Give me the Packers.
Panthers and the Ginger Ninja, Andy Dalton, on the road in Vegas. I will take the Raiders at home.
Yeah, Andy Dalton could get the job done. I just don't think he's that much of an upgrade. I'm going to go with Vegas as well.
Panthers upset.
Dolphins go as far as they can possibly go and still stay in the same country. They go to Seattle. I'm going to take the Seahawks at home.
Yep, got Seattle too.
Take Seattle.
Lions coming off a disappointing loss last week. They head to Arizona, who just blew out the Rams. I'm going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Cardinals at home.
I'm going to go with the Lions on the road.
Cardinals.
Can the Ravens possibly start 0-3? Can Dallas possibly start 1-2, including back-to-back home losses? I'm going to take the boys at home. Ravens go 0-3.
I'm going to go Ravens on the road.
I hate to do it, Baltimore.
49ers on the road at the Rams. When I say on the road, that's air quotes because that place will be full of 49er fans. I will take the 49ers at their home away from home.
Niners as well.
Rams.
Hey, stop me if you've heard this. Pat Mahomes playing on national television. Kansas City at Atlanta. They had that big Monday night performance the Falcons did. This is Sunday night. I will take the Chiefs on the road.
Yeah, I think Atlanta's going to be a tough matchup, but I think the Chiefs get it done.
Atlanta.
Monday Night Football, we have 2 games. Why? I don't know. We do. Jacksonville at Buffalo. I will take the Bills at home.
I am going with Buffalo as well.
Bills Mafia.
Bengals looking for their first win of the season. They're at home against the Commanders. If they don't get it here, just drink all the poison. I will take the Bengals at home.
Yeah, I'll go Who Day there. Bengals get it done.
Bengals.
Landon, give me a point total for that game.
Let's go 46.
46, Boner.
I literally wrote down 46, so I'm going to say 48.
All right.
How about that?
Good luck to you, Landon. Either way, you get yourself a $50 Roosters gift card. Valid at all Roosters locations.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy, it's not happening, buddy.
What do you mean it's not happening?
You're going to do it. You're going to start 2-1. You're going to beat the Ravens. The Ravens will be in total free fall because what do they have? They have the Bills next week, right?
Bills is next,
and then it's the Bengals after that.
Yeah. Matty Ice, He's got a tough schedule here to start, doesn't he? Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Tough for Matty.
So I walked in last week on Monday, and I said to Colin, because Evil Bald Colin is sitting there, fellow Browns fan, and I said, Colin has a feeling to not be the worst team in the AFC North and actually have a victory to your name. And he's just like, feels good, Bone. And Matty Ice is just like, and he like, you could tell he was getting mad, and then he realized we're joking, and he's just like, yeah.
He's not mad at you.
No, I know that.
He's
but
mad at his
what
team.
I'm saying is, like, I could tell that already the nerves are getting frayed a little bit on this team. And if they go 0-3, it is going to be actual. Like, I actually felt bad enough for him today. I said, hey, you know what, Matty, go Ravens. And he said, oh, thanks, but I said, no, I'm just kidding. I can't root for the Ravens. But I'm saying I feel for Matty because I know he is going to be despondent if they lose this game.
One Hall of Famer could own 12 NFL teams. Details next. Colin Mann and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Slow traffic is causing a 10-minute delay on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 315 and 71. And there's an accident that's blocking the right lane on eastbound 33 at 270 on the West Outer Belt, causing some delay there. This report is sponsored by RumpkeCareers.com. Rumpke Waste and Recycling in Delaware is now hiring CDL rear load drivers. Come work for one of the nation's largest waste recycling companies in a recession-resistant industry. Apply now at rumpke.com/careers. That's rumpke.com/careers. EOE restriction apply. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greensons.com. You're listening to the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report, featuring the latest player injury updates from a fellowship-trained Mount Carmel sports medicine specialist physician, so you know who's in and who's out for this week's games.
Our doctor, as always, is Dr. Brian Galoni. Doc, let's talk injuries. Tough one for Browns wide receiver David Bell. He's got a dislocated hip. A tough injury for him. Sounds like that's not something you're coming back from during the season, right? Even this early on, that's probably making it an all-year thing for him.
You know what, T-Bone, that's a big traumatic injury. You know, usually you hear about dislocated shoulders, and that's kind of a loose joint to begin with, easy to dislocate. That hip bone, though, is a ball inside a socket, and that takes a lot of trauma to knock that thing out. So they're planning on taking him to surgery. When one of these big joints get dislocated, the key is to get him back in really quickly. You know, we're talking within hours. So I'm sure they got him in, sedated him, and popped it back in place right away. But it's such a traumatic injury. I can imagine there's probably a cartilage tear, maybe some ligament tears, maybe a chip bone. Hard to say.
Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins quarterback who has had a history of concussions, had another one. Clearly, we see that fencing posture that happens when someone gets a concussion. It seemed like he had that kind of reaction again. Do doctors, scientists, do they really know what's happening inside of our brain when a concussion happens and that occurs? Do they have a real good solid read on what that is?
We're learning more and more about concussions, but we still really don't know a lot of stuff. You know, you see somebody with that posturing, some think, oh, maybe this is a seizure, maybe it's not. I don't think, at least as far as we know, that Tua experienced an all-out seizure. One thing we do know, it doesn't necessarily indicate how long it's going to take to recover, or it's not necessarily an indication how severe the concussion was.
We appreciate the info as usual. We'll talk again next week, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report with T-Bone. Mount Carmel, because of you.
Welcome to the greatest show on turf at Great Lakes Kia.
I'm pretty sure that's just tile.
And you can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Kias under $5 a day.
I'm Bart Zimmerman, General Manager at Great Lakes Kia.
Bart's coming up big. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV Wind, and Sorrento LX.
Under $5 a day. $5.
Oh, and the fan favorite, new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Even new 24 Kia Carnival LXS, under $9 a day.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like credit interference.
No problem. Get approved with 1.9% financing.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus,
GreatLakesKia.com.
Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Get Nature Stone and never replace your flooring again. Nature Stone is a beautiful permanent flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Act now to get pricing as low as 99 cents a square foot plus installation. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. The Blue Jackets today elevated Rick Nash to the role of Director of Hockey Operations. Meanwhile, the Jackets, as they go through training camp, getting ready for their first preseason game, which is Monday at Buffalo. College football tonight. Number 22, Nebraska, playing host to number 24, Illinois. Of course, third-ranked Buckeyes at home with Marshall tomorrow, right here on The Fan. Golf, second round of the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship out at the Scarlet Course at OSU. Pontus Nyholm, the leader at 9 under, a stroke better than Noah Goodwin. Columbus Clippers continue their series at Toledo. The playoff-bound Cleveland Guardians start a series in St. Louis with the Cardinals tonight, and the Cincinnati Reds will begin a series at home this evening with the Pittsburgh Pirates. This update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, The Fan. And from every dime a dog night in the Midwest.
Because he's fat.
Here's Man and Bone.
Happy Friday. It's Football Friday. It's also Tool of the Week Friday. Please send us your tools at Man and Bone 971 on Twitter. You can text the burner phone 614-787-3093 or pop into the YouTube chat. Yes, we're live on YouTube. Not only can you listen to the show, you can watch our ugly faces do the show. Go to YouTube, search for 971 The Fan, and then have fun with all our degenerate buddies.
Sounds like a good idea. Mike, do we want to give away something?
I would love to give away something. I've been mispronouncing this guy's name all week, so it's your turn now.
Well, how about we give away 2 tickets to see Sebastian Maniscalco? Mike, pick a number.
I'm going to say number 72.
Okay.
William the Refrigerator Perry, 72.
Caller number 72 or whatever number Ted decides.
No, 72, Ted.
All right, fine.
You're always like, caller 4. That's too easy for this guy.
What do you mean?
What's he doing over there?
Listening to this dumb show, trying to keep us from being off and terrible.
Either way, he's failing.
Yeah.
72.
All right. 614-821-9710 is the phone number. Winner gets 2 tickets to see Sebastian Maniscalco. He's stopping by the Schottenstein Center on Saturday, February 8th. I'm guessing he's also going to do his stand-up there. Right. Tickets go on sale through Ticketmaster. Well, they did go on sale today at 10 a.m. They're on sale now. So check it out.
Maybe they're all gone.
I don't know.
They're not.
The copy says they go on sale Friday, September 20th at 10 a.m. Today is September 20th. It's already past 10 a.m.
Teddy put this in the prep today, a story from Mike Florio, who I like to call a minion of the Antichrist.
That's good.
He writes, when the NFL adopted a revolutionary new private equity rule last month that authorized individual funds to hold up to 10% of up to 6 teams. One group of funds can hold interest in more than that. According to Ben Fisher of Sports Business Journal, the consortium of funds involving Hall of Fame running back Curtis Martin has been approved to invest in up to 12 teams.
Wow.
That group of funds includes Blackstone, Carlyle, CVC, Dynasty Equity, and Lotus, which those are groups with a lot of money.
So just to be clear, those are all private equity funds.
Correct.
They, as a group, are going to invest in NFL teams potentially, and Curtis Martin is invested in those funds.
Well, I don't know if he's invested with them or they've decided we need a football guy as our leader in this football venture, and Curtis Martin has expressed interest in being that guy. Kind of like Derek Jeter was with the Marlins.
Okay.
Except he wouldn't be running the teams because these are minority stakes. But under the current rules, Curtis Martin and his financial partners could have ownership stakes in 12 separate NFL teams.
Well, who did we just talk about? The Dolphins selling off. Stephen Ross wants to sell off 15% stake in the Dolphins at a $7+ billion valuation, meaning the 15% stake would be worth just that, would be worth $1 billion. So again, he is going to be involved in a group that is investing, and they could potentially be investing in lots of other, teams. Presumably, they're not going to get 15% of each team. Like you said, it's supposed to be only 10% that one entity could own, unless you're owning less of that, and then you can do more teams. Point is, this is probably going to be a significant $1 billion level investment, would be my guess, spread out among a few teams possibly. And then he has some kind of fractional ownership in that. It makes my head spin a little bit, but I don't know what kind of wealth it is to be able to walk up to somebody and say, oh, you own a sports team? That's cute. I'm invested in like 12 NFL teams, so get back to me. I mean, it's not one team, but you're talking about diversifying your assets there, diversifying your portfolio.
These entities have billions upon billions of dollars. I was watching one of these real estate shows. They didn't say who the buyer was, but they were selling a New York property, okay? One of these penthouses, big fancy building. I forgot what it was, but it's one of these penthouses that has like 30,000 square feet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
it's a ridiculous amount of space.
How much was this penthouse going for?
I'm just saying, it's 2 levels. It's got everything you'd possibly want. It's got like an indoor gymnasium in this high rise in New York City.
Okay.
And it was on sale for like $75 million. Okay?
Sure.
$75 million. And the realtor who's getting this place ready to put on the market has said, yeah, it was sold a couple years ago as somebody's, what is it, pied-à-terre? What do they call that?
I don't even know what that means.
It's like second property.
Oh, okay.
Second, third, fourth, whatever it is.
This was not their primary residence.
No, not their primary residence. Even better than that, they've never been there. They bought it for a ridiculous amount of money.
Okay.
Remodeled the whole thing to their liking.
Oh, my God.
And then when they were done, they say, yeah, you know what? We're not going to take advantage of it. And they've never even been there. Can you imagine having that type of money to spend on just a secondary property and not even stepping foot in it?
No,
the amount of wealth that is.
You know, Mike, we once worked with a lady named Leanna Ray. Used to do traffic here, and she had a fun little saying called "Eat the Rich." And you know what? Give me the knife and fork. I'm ready. What the hell are we talking about?
That's completely wrong.
I miss Leanna.
$70 million and you never even stepped foot in it? And you remodeled the whole thing? I'm done.
You know what's coming up on Monday?
What's that?
We have a little bit of a special situation. So the Blue Jackets are opening up the preseason on Monday. It was originally supposed to be a 7 o'clock game time in Buffalo, but because Buffalo apparently is a cow town and can't do two things at once, because they have
Buffalo town technically, but go ahead.
They have Monday Night Football there, so even though it's completely across town from each other.
Yeah,
they've moved the preseason game to 5, which means our Blue Jacket coverage starts at 4:45, which means we will not be on the air. The Blue Jackets will be on the air. And well, if you're interested in that, there you go.
Well, we won't be on 97.1 The Fan.
I'm getting to that.
Starting at 4:45 on Monday, that will then switch to Jackets coverage, and you can hear Jackets time then.
We, however, will still be here doing the show.
Yes.
But they're going to flip the switch. We're going to go to ESPN Columbus, 1460 on the AM dial, the Fans HD2 in the app, and we think we stay on YouTube?
That's the hope, yes.
But anyway, we continue the show until 6, but the only place you can listen to us is on 1460 on the AM dial, the HD2, or the Fan app.
Yep, that's right. So
remember that.
Well, so if nothing else, the podcast should still be there. The stream should still be there. The AM signal, we will be there, the HD2. And you could still go to YouTube, we hope, and watch us there. Either way, we will have the fullness of the show available for you via podcast.
Yes, the podcast will be there intact. Again, this is all in theory.
Well, yeah, we've never had to do this.
Because our technology people tell us this will be easy, and that means it will be hard. And something bad will happen. But we've been told it will happen.
Usually what happens is when we get bumped for something, they say, all right, well, then you're just off the air. They wanted us, and we wanted to be on the air. It's the Monday after a football game. There's going to be lots of stuff to discuss.
Well,
of course. Well, I'm not saying about Ohio State and Marshall necessarily. Hopefully, it's a big victory, and it's we talk about it for 15 minutes.
We could be knee-deep in Culver's conversation by then.
That's fine. All I'm saying is that we wanted to stay on the air and do the show, and the Jackets have every right to be on the air too. So we're just going to split us up, and we'll go over to another signal. They can still be on here. It's all good.
We had sort of a half-assed Fat Boy food tip earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You said you had something else, right?
I have a couple things.
All right.
Yeah. So good news, Mike. Krispy Kreme has new donuts for you because there's a slight chill in the morning air, and it's getting to be autumn. You know, that time where the leaves change and the cool breezes make your neck hair stand on end in the morning.
If you say so.
In either case.
Before you continue,
go ahead, yeah.
The last 2 weekends, I go to Krispy Kreme. Hi, I'd like one of your pumpkin donuts. We don't have any more, but we have some Dr. Pepper donuts. Fine.
Okay.
Give me that. Next week I go. I like some pumpkin donuts. Yeah, we sold out of those this morning, but we do have some Barbie donuts.
Okay.
Fine. It's good. It's fine. It's good. Last 2 weekends I've gone. No fall pumpkin-y donuts. Nothing.
I don't understand.
So now what are you going to tell me?
Well, now, Mike, they have the Golden Harvest Collection. Starting today, it's available. It will include the new Maple Buttercream Donut, which is an original glazed donut topped with maple-flavored buttercream and fall sprinkles. It is joined by the new Oatmeal Cream Pie Donut, which Krispy Kreme says is an unglazed donut with white cream filling, dipped in cookie dough icing, and streusel topping, with a dollop of white cream and a bite-sized oatmeal cookie.
Are they actually going to make any of these?
No, I'm sure they're not. And then there's also a new salted caramel cheesecake donut made of an original glazed donut topped with a swirl of cream cheese buttercream, dulce de leche flavored filling, sprinkled with salted caramel flavored crunch.
That's all well and good. Can I get a damn pumpkin donut, please?
I would hope they're going to have those too.
Last 2 weekends, nothing. Actually, they didn't have any original glazed.
Oh, that's...
We got all the Dr. Peppers you want. I would like an original glazed. Sorry, we're out. Are you making more? No. It's noon.
It's noon. Sorry. Even though we're open till 9, we're not going to make any more donuts. Also, this is from Taco Bell. I guess the normal day for National Taco Day is October 4th.
What do you mean the normal day?
That's when it occurs on the calendar. The normal day that there is National Taco Day is apparently on October 4th. However, Taco Bell wielded their taco power and said, not this year.
What the hell?
They said they petitioned the National Day calendar, who is, I guess, the arbiter of such things, and said National Taco Day will now be not on October 4th, but on October 1st.
Why?
Because October 1st is a Tuesday, and that would allow us to have a Taco Tuesday, National Taco Day.
This is dumb. All right? You know, there are certain politicians out there, their entire platform is that they want you to say Merry Christmas to everybody that you ever met. Okay?
Yeah.
We want to get back to traditional American values. I'm saying, what type of society are we living in? If we can just willy-nilly change the day of everybody's favorite holiday, National Taco Day.
Right.
What type of society?
I don't know.
Get back to traditional Taco Day. That's what I say.
Right.
I'm going to send out my taco cards.
Make October 4th great again, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Now, how about this? Let me propose something to the Taco Bell people very quickly. If you love tacos so much, because I love them, you love them, tacos are great. Wouldn't it be better if on a Tuesday you woke up and said, hey, Taco Tuesday, time to get a taco? It's also October 1st, just a random day on the calendar, but I'm going to get tacos because it's Taco Tuesday. Then October 2nd happens, October 3rd happens, then you go, hey, it's October 4th. Hey, it's National Taco Day. And you go get more tacos with more deals. You're spreading out the taco love throughout an entire week, not just all on one day.
I want to know who's in charge of the days. Like, who did they have to appeal to?
Mario Anderson, founder of the National Day calendar, shared a statement to Food and Wine saying,
stupid.
Thanks to Taco Bell's efforts, we're excited to move National Taco Day to the first Tuesday in October.
All right.
There you go.
Dumb.
I agree.
The second coming of Christ is starting a football game tomorrow. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a couple minutes slowdown on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between Westerville and Cleveland Avenue. And watch out for a disabled vehicle that's on the left shoulder of southbound 315 after Lane Avenue. Police are on scene there causing some delay. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online at worthingtonjewelers.com.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I have the greatest lawn in the neighborhood every single year. And the reason why is water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Fall is the perfect time to improve your lawn for next year. The work you do or don't do now is directly reflected next spring. If you want a beautiful spring lawn, it starts now, not next April. Now through the end of September, mention the promo code Common Man and get a free blanket weed control with the purchase of a full program. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Now, is this a family? Is this your mother? Where is she? Is she in the crowd? The mom's up there. What kind of family is this? I'm sorry.
It Ain't Right Tour 2025.
The poor mother is in the balcony, and the kids are down here with the father and his gumad. If this was the 80s, the kids would have been up there, and the parents would have been down here.
Sebastian Maniscalco, live on stage in Columbus, Schaupenstein Center, Saturday, February 8th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161, home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
The Jackets are back for preseason action as they head to Buffalo to battle the Sabres. Live fan coverage starts Monday at 4:45.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home for the Blue Jackets. The Fan.
Hello. I am a serious announcer hired to deliver a serious announcement. Get an Apex Pros winter tune-up for your furnace right now for only $29. Notice we are simply giving you the facts. Just $29 to make sure your furnace is ready for the upcoming Ohio winter. We know how you enjoy our usual fun and funny commercials. Hello? Beg pardon? Well, I see no reason to bring my mother into this. Good day to you, sir. Where was I? Oh, yes. A $29 tune-up will make sure your furnace runs safely and warmly all winter. That's serious. I'm serious. That's why we're not doing the usual that you've come to expect from Apex Pros. None of this or this nonsense. $29 for a furnace tune-up from Apex Pros. The pros who knows? Knows? Is that really how you say it? The pros who...
Apex Pros, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Sherrod Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio.
But what Sherrod Brown does in D.C. has not protected Ohio women and children. Brown voted multiple times to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Not only unfair, but risking injury to female athletes. Brown even introduced legislation to allow transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms. And Brown would allow puberty blockers, even sex change surgery for children. Worse, Brown introduced a law to force women's domestic violence shelters to accept transgender biological men, inflicting more trauma on abused women. So when Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio,
Sherrod Brown is not protecting Ohio women and children. In fact, he's endangering them. Ohio deserves better. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly sunny, light winds, low humidity, and on the warm side on this Friday. Temperatures in spots near 90 degrees. It'll stay warm for high school football tonight and dry. Overnight, we'll see the chance of a shower by morning. Temperatures starting off your Saturday in the mid to upper 60s. It'll warm up for the Buckeye game. Tailgate time in the 80s, around 90 by the afternoon, with plenty of sunshine late in the day. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Speaking of banging, Bone and I do all our banging at Hollywood Casino Columbus, specifically the 12,000 square foot sports book. You know, tonight's a perfect example. Why would you sit home on your couch? Right? Here's what's going on tonight. You got Illinois and Nebraska.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Watch that on the big screen, put some action on the game, and then get an instant gratification. If you win that cash, you go right to the window. How about Stanford up against Syracuse? Gomer Pyle is going to hump that tree. Whatever strikes your fancy.
Sure.
They have food, drink, action, whatever you want.
No trees. At least not inside. That
no,
I
but
know
they do
of.
treat humans like kitties and give them a little scratching post.
Oh, okay.
You can scratch and hump that. All you want at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Bone, the second coming of Christ is starting a football game tomorrow with Quinn Ewers' ouchie. Arch Manning will get his first career start against UL Monroe tomorrow.
Well, I'm sure he will have a nice day. I don't think UL Monroe is going to provide too much resistance. But, yeah, the hype around Arch Manning is unprecedented. Craig actually had a nice little line here in the chat. He said, does Arch Manning have an NIL deal with McDonald's? Why not? Which I like. That's good.
He doesn't need it.
No, he should.
He's Arch.
Yeah, the Golden Arches. Brought to you by Arch. That makes total sense. He should be the number one spokesman for them.
Look, he can come out and throw 6 touchdown passes in this game. Quinn Ewers is their quarterback. If he's healthy, it's him.
I mean, yeah, but let's say he's not healthy for a few more weeks, and Arch is just putting up numbers and looking good.
What's their schedule look like?
I don't know. That's a good question. I would tend to think you're right that Quinn Ewers is the guy, but...
Well, it makes you feel better about next year.
Well, it makes you feel better.
Quinn Ewers goes to the league, and then...
Makes you feel better if you're a Texas fan, because you're saying, we have a guy who could come in and play right now and possibly be a great starter if we need to.
I know everybody loves Texas, the number one team in the country now, but we just a little bit pump the brakes on Texas being the best team ever. I mean,
are you saying when Texas is back happens, maybe we shouldn't instantly presume that it's true?
I'm just saying if, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if USC goes into the big house and just runs them tomorrow, I mean, that's the only quality win that Texas has. And granted, it's early in the season. They're not going to have a lot of quality wins. They went to Michigan. They won. It was convincing. Great. If USC goes in and does the same thing tomorrow, do we look at Texas any differently?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't presume that Texas is just God's gift to football right off the bat. That we've seen this every year. Texas is back. Texas is great. And then Texas falls flat on their face. Let them do it for 12 games, and then I'll buy in. How about this? After Louisiana Monroe, they play Mississippi State, which is nothing. So about another win. Then they get a week off, and then it's October 12th, which, you know, Ohio State has a nice big game on that date. That's the Oregon game. They are hosting, or sorry, not hosting. They'll be playing at wherever they do that, the fairgrounds there, Oklahoma and Texas, the Red River rivalry, as they are, I guess, allowed to call it now. Then the week after that, they play Georgia. I mean, that could be 1 versus 2.
Yeah, I don't know what Oklahoma is either. We could see Tennessee go in there and put up 60 points on them this weekend.
What I mean, though, is they're going to play Georgia before October 19th. So we'll get some answers about one of those teams at some point.
Schedule's easy, though. I mean, it's Vandy, Florida, they're dead. Arkansas, Kentucky.
Oh, the rest of their SEC schedule is soft outside of Georgia, and then like whatever Oklahoma and Texas A&M are at this point, we're not really sure. But yeah, you're right. Texas could be just fine.
All right, all hail Arch Manning. We wish him well.
By the way, you mentioned The Second Coming. Are you aware that there is a sequel to the movie The Passion of the Christ?
Get out of here.
It's coming. Apparently.
It's coming.
Well, 2004, Mike, that was when Passion of the Christ hit theaters. It's been 20 years, and apparently they're set to start filming next year for a sequel.
Are they going to retcon it? Like Jesus never really died?
I actually saw an advanced preview where they said, The Passion of the Christ 2, this time it's personal. Meaning a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. That's what they're saying.
Look, obviously it's going to be about resurrection, right?
I hope so.
I mean, that's the story.
Listen,
is Mel Gibson doing this one too?
The headline I'm reading says Mel Gibson is reportedly in Malta looking into filming locations for The Passion of the Christ Resurrection.
Caviezel?
Caviezel's back. Gibson's back. It's all the crazy you want 20 years later.
Here's what I think we should do. Remember Ridley Scott said he had an idea for the Gladiator sequel.
Yes.
Okay? Where it actually took place in the afterlife because Russell Crowe's character dies, spoiler alert, in original Gladiator, but he wanted to have Russell Crowe come back, so it takes place in the afterlife, and Maximus gets into all sorts of battles and adventures. How about this? So when last we saw Jesus, he unfortunately was persecuted, died on the cross.
Yeah.
He ascends to heaven. When he gets there, he comes across Maximus Aurelius.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who's got just as big of a bone to pick with the Romans as Jesus?
Well,
Maximus.
You'd think, right?
So how about this? They team up together. Jesus and Maximus.
Yeah.
Both come back down to earth, and they start taking it to the empire. They go after it.
Yeah.
And they just start picking them off one by one.
I like
Pontius Pilate's the first one to go, and then they give him a little message, right? They tear off one of his limbs. Then he goes to the next person. They're coming for you.
Yeah. I like that. And then actually Constantine comes in and is like, oh, I see you've already taken care of it. I don't need to do any of this. You've already converted everyone to Christianity, so we're good. I'll just...
But they convert through ass kicking.
Well, I don't mean to spoil a large swath of history for you, but that is kind of what they do.
I understand, but
go look that up. There's a lot of that. That's a thing. Just might want to check into.
I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to see where they go.
How good? I liked the article I read here. It said it can be difficult to grasp from the vantage point of 20 years later just how massive the Passion of the Christ was back in 2004. I don't think it is that hard to grasp, given that the book it's based on is 2,000 years old and still doing numbers.
Still does well.
This thing's 20 years old. Can you believe people still watch it? Yeah, I can. Because 2,000 years ago, this is still getting done.
I read that Bible the other day. The effects hold up. I didn't think it would.
I
read Lord of the Rings, everything. This still holds up.
In 2004, multiple buildings for weeks on end showed this film to capacity crowds. You might check in on how the book's doing with its buildings and how that's going. Capacity crowds there, too. I'm just saying.
What's next? Oh, Tool of the Week is next. Shame on me. Don't you think Jesus and Maximus teaming up would be a hell of a movie?
That would be good. I actually think if Jesus made an appearance in Deadpool Wolverine, that would be more newsworthy for my interests, but to each their own.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Jesus being there would be great.
Tool of the Week next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got some slower traffic on southbound 270 on the west outer belt between Roberts Road and I-70. And you're going to hit a 5-minute delay if you're on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with a genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99. And fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip to a postseason game, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Are you saving to buy a home in the next 5 years? Grow your money faster at Bridge Credit Union with an Ohio Homebuyer Plus savings account. Earn 10% annual percentage yield plus a $2,500 closing credit for your new home. Must be an Ohio resident at least 18 years old. You only need $100 to get started. Visit bridgecu.org today. NMLS ID 402575. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. Growing up in the family business, I've seen firsthand the joy and love that comes with finding the perfect engagement ring. For over 77 years, our family's been dedicated to providing the best quality, unmatched selection, and the guaranteed best price. From timeless classics to custom designs, we have the perfect ring for every love story. Let our family help you celebrate the moments that mean the most. Visit Diamond Seller today on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center.
Remember how that little girl in Poltergeist was in the TV?
They're here.
Yeah? Well, she's actually dead now. It's quite sad.
Anyway, watch your favorite fan shows on your TV by subscribing to us on YouTube.
Search 971 The Fan. Do it now.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the sports book, the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino. Yes, they've changed the name.
It is better than ever, but they're still going to have your favorite teams on the biggest screens. You can place your bets, grab some wings and an ice-cold pint, and even hang out with us.
We're going to be there broadcasting live from 3 to 6, Friday, September 27th. And we've got tickets to give away, so come and be with us and hug us.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Welcome to the greatest show on turf at Great Lakes Kia.
I'm pretty sure that's just tile.
And you can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Kias under $5 a day.
I'm Bart Zimmerman, General Manager at Great Lakes Kia.
Bart's coming up big. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV Wind, and Sorrento LX.
Under $5 a day. $5.
Oh, and the fan favorite, new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Even new 24 Kia Carnival LXS, under $9 a day.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like credit interference.
No problem. Get approved with 1.9% financing.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus,
GreatLakesKia.com.
Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
The PGA Tour's rising stars are back at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship September 19th through 22nd, and so is Pump 13. Grab your friends, cheer for birdies, and enjoy drink specials on the 13th green. Get your free tickets at ncc-golf.com.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone present Tool of the Week.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
The best tool, according to us, gets a $50 gift card to the Walrus. The Walrus, your downtown home for sports with 24 mega TVs. From the burner phone, Maine Buckeye Guy says, my orgy time enthusiast.
Excuse me.
Nature Boy T-Bone is my tool of the week for not understanding basic frosty chemistry.
Okay.
Absolutely, there are changes when you freeze and thaw. Also, frozen water is simply not just ice. There's a lot of different types of snow, for instance. It has to do with the composition of the air and other particles in the mixture. That's why there's different snow at different times of year and at different places around the country. Nature is more than just looking at birds on walks. Eat the Frosty as soon as you get it, you tool. All right, Maine Buckeye Guy.
That was a lot of words to say. I have no evidence for what I'm saying. I'm just saying
that doesn't
stuff.
sound like you're just taking it.
Snow's different at different places. Science. Good job. Way to go.
My guys.
Excuse me.
This is Jimmy. My tool of the week is the loudmouth guy in the mental facility I'm at. He needs to GTH.
Oh, okay. Well,
hey, I'm glad that we're big in the mental
everything's
facility.
All right. Hope everything's okay.
I'm sure that we'll be there soon.
Yeah, by force, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My guys.
Degenerate Knee-Bone.
Tool of the week is Taco Bell. I love my birthday every year on October 4th because I could get free tacos for my birthday meal without getting any guff.
Yeah.
Stop taking away my small joys in life. You don't have that kind of power to move the calendar.
I know. And again, I'm a huge fan of Taco Bell, but I didn't think they landed at all with the Baja Blast Gelato. That was a joke.
No, it was terrible.
And then now
I was offended by it.
Now we're trying to upset the delicate balance of the holiday calendar in our country by saying National Taco Day is going to get moved.
Well, imagine going to your grandparents.
Yeah.
Okay, and saying, hey, a tradition that you've enjoyed for eons, National Taco Day, which, of course, is on October 4th. It's been October 4th every single year since you were little kids.
We fought a war over this.
Right. When you were kids, you'd put your little tacos out by the fireplace at night.
Course, and October 4th.
And then the No Quiero Taco Bell dog would come down the chimney.
That's right.
And give you special treats on October 4th. Now they're moving it to October 1st. Why? So they can have more promotion on a Taco Tuesday.
No one's saying Happy Taco Tuesday anymore. That's right. President Bush says, my dad's being dudes.
Go to hell.
My tool of the week is both of you. T-Bone is a tool for putting a Frosty in the freezer. Common Man is a tool for claiming the chocolate Frosty isn't chocolate. What the hell else would it be? Just take it, goobers.
It's Frosty flavored.
Oh, just take it.
You weren't taking it. Why do I have to take it?
I'm taking this one. Yeah. Jeff from Cardiff, hello, says, my guys. Tool of the week is Common Man. He yelled at Bone about putting his Frosty in a freezer because it would change the texture. He put in parentheses, it doesn't. Then turns around in the same segment and tells Timmy to just throw the Muddy Bites in the freezer. Either the freezer works or it doesn't. Great point.
It's not a great point. It's a stupid point. One's a dairy product. The other one's not.
He's smart. What a smart guy. Jeff from Cardiff. He's great. Downtown Dad says, my casino broadcasters.
Flacco, my Cracko.
My tool of the week is the guy who was behind us on the highway who decided to drop gears and pass us on the left. Now, I want to point out, he put a period in there. I was reading the punctuation. So I'll read it again. My tool of the week is the guy who was behind us on the highway who decided to drop gears and pass us on the left, only to cut 2 lanes back to the right for an exit he was already lined up for. My life is already in jeopardy when downtown mom is driving. Don't help her. Hashtag GTH tool. Hashtag punctuation. He didn't put that. I put the last one.
Okay, stop it.
Man's Droopy Sack says, my guys.
It's a game of inches. Ask the Cox.
I have 2 tools this week. One is T-Bone for questioning the Seinfeld self-gratification hook hand premise. 2 is my dog for eating my shoe last night. Still love you both. Thank you, Man's Droopy Sack, and I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't know that one. Joe Burrow's burner says, my
teeth. Dude, I crushed you in the cleans and I crushed you in the snatch.
I am the tool of the week because I've been listening for a very long time and I still can't consistently tell you guys apart from your voices.
What's the matter with you?
I also don't know what you guys look like. I feel like I've seen you in the store before, but I have no way to tell.
We're on YouTube. Of course you can tell. Go to that magical box that everybody has in their house. Type in YouTube. Go to 971 The Fan. You can see us. I'm waving at you right now.
All right. So just to clarify, that was T-Bone.
No.
I'm Common
Don't
Man.
confuse him. And you're confusing all our fine listeners in the mental institution, apparently.
You're right. Bub says, tool of the week is me for trying to get into the wrong running car after getting both eyes dilated at the eye doctor. Sorry, man, I wasn't trying to carjack you. I just couldn't see.
That guy was probably crapping his pants.
Like, It's like, sorry, I can't see. My bad. Unknown Stuntman says, my Jell-O pudding pops.
Too hot.
My tool of the week is the guy at the Yinzer wedding I attended last weekend who was wearing a show me your tatas, I will say. Can't say that word. Show me your tatas hat. Teddy, by the way, had a full-on stop sign going for me. Thank you, Ted. No surprise he was in the group of single guys trying to catch the garter. Yeah, what a tool. Who's showing up to a wedding with... It doesn't say tatas.
That's classy, baby.
Yeah. Rhymes with itty and bitty.
I got it. I don't know why we can't say the word.
I don't know.
We say other slang. We can say dong.
We can say dong all day.
Right.
But if you want to say not 50, but fitty with another... You can't do that.
Titty.
Dustin says, my Solana Papadillas.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Ted. You suck.
Tool of the week goes to NBC for putting next week's OSU game on Peacock. I think you mean... Oh, wait, that's right. Yes, it is next week.
Yes, that's right.
I have Peacock, but I feel bad for Mark the Shark's family, who will keep getting calls from him screaming, Peacock no worky. I think Shark knows how to use Peacock. I think we're good there. Now, maybe people in Shark's family will call him and say, help me out. I don't know how to do this. But
I think he's saying Shark is old.
I know he's saying
so
that, but I'm saying
his relatives are older.
I know. Oh,
and they still.
I thought they'll get a call from him. I don't know.
They'll call him.
Oh, for help
to say, how does this work?
That's what
Sharky
I'm saying.
Boy?
I'm saying Shark is the one who will help them, not the other way around. Chip Dip says, my full-term ghost babies.
I've wrestled in North Korea.
I'm the tool of the week for trying to bring a mini bottle of whiskey from Mount Vernon into Arlington Cemetery. Oh. Maybe I can blame all the walking for this brain fart. Fatty now has to shame walk back to the hotel. Well, Dip, have a good time in the nation's capital.
They don't let you bring a little bottle of whiskey in there?
That's, I don't know the rules.
But I know that people leave stuff by grave sites all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the rules, but apparently you're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
I guess, in fairness, you probably don't want people like, yeah, this is Arlington Cemetery. Just like
I'm
drinking.
not saying you have to drink it. Maybe you leave it for a dead person.
If you let people bring it in, it's not like it's all going to be like, this is for my fallen, whoever. There are going to be people who are just going to drink it and turn it into
a lot of liars going to Arlington International Cemetery.
Well,
international or national.
I know of one. Meta says, my guys.
Look at my boobies, Jack.
Tool of the week is me. Shohei was so close to his 50-50, and I didn't put any money on those home runs or stolen bases at Hollywood Casino Columbus, # not an ad. I don't know what the odds were, but surely I would have made some money. Yeah, you probably would have.
Oh, you would have made a lot of money.
Yeah. Muggsy's Leaper says, my tool of the week is everyone in Ohio that wants to pass me on a highway. You can see me going 75 a mile and a half away in front of you, so maybe you get over before you're about to touch my effing bumper. You should be 8 car lengths away, you tool.
Where are you?
I'm guessing he's saying
he's in the left lane.
No, I'm guessing he's saying he's in the right lane.
All right, fine.
Because people do that often, where they zoom up right behind you, and then they're like, "Now I'll get over," and it's like, why? Just
that's
get
right.
over early.
I have no problem
over.
with that. But if you're parked in the left,
that's right.
You got to get out of that passing lane.
One
more. Come on.
Asian Brownie Sports Fan 513 says, my tool of the week is the Strathmore, Ohio manager. I don't know what the Strathmore is. For not getting someone to remove a dead bird from my patio deck. Oh, this is where he lives. I don't mind paying $1,400 a month on rent to upkeep on amenities and units and things like that. It should not be hard to get someone to remove the dead bird. #GTH.
He had a photo he sent along, too, if you want to check that out.
Oh, great. I'm sorry to hear that.
You talking about a big bird or a little tiny bird?
Yeah, what are we looking at?
It's not a tiny bird, but it's not a big bird. It's kind of like a regular-sized bird.
Regular size.
Yeah.
So like what are we talking, not like a crow. We're not talking like a big old
I don't
raven
think so.
or
Maybe
something.
like a robin size, maybe.
Robin size. All right. Those can get sizable.
All right, pick a winner.
You know what? Because Joe Burrow's burner doesn't know who we are, I'm going to say him admitting that he's a tool, and then also having the stones to admit that. I'm going to give it to him.
Dickie the Punchline Donkey on Cool 97.1.
Joe Burrow's burner. This is T-Bone here. You get a $50 gift card to the Walrus. The Walrus, your downtown home for sports with 24 mega TVs. Man, I love birds. I can't wait to go to a Metro Park this weekend.
There you go.
I'm T-Bone.
Yes.
Thank you, Joe Burrow's burner.
And I'm Common Man. I hate every one of you.
I'm T-Bone, and secretly, so do I. But I'll pretend like I don't.
I'm Common Man, and I have horrible taste in music.
You shut your whore mouth right now. Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 10-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the right lane on westbound 270 on the South Outer Belt at 71. It will be stop and go from 23. And we have a couple minutes slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to 33. This report is sponsored by Medical Mutual. Ohio seniors, are you looking for better Medicare benefits? Visit medmutual.com/review to schedule a free Medicare plan review with Medical Mutual, Ohio's hometown Medicare insurer. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Sherrod Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio.
But what Sherrod Brown does in D.C. has not protected Ohio women and children. Brown voted multiple times to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Not only unfair, but risking injury to female athletes. Brown even introduced legislation to allow transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms. And Brown would allow puberty blockers, even sex change surgery for children. Worse, Brown introduced a law to force women's domestic violence shelters to accept transgender biological men, inflicting more trauma on abused women. So when Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio,
Sherrod Brown is not protecting Ohio women and children. In fact, he's endangering them. Ohio deserves better. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Gambling too much? I'm Abdullah Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Mary Haven, where we offer in-person, virtual, and group options. We're here for you no matter what, and that's a bet you can actually count on this football season. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Hey, it's Anthony. Do more with your money at Tel-Ohio Credit Union. If you know Tel-Ohio Choice Checking, you know all the perks that come with your account. Cash in your benefits by setting up an account today. Find out more at telohio.org.
Certain restrictions apply. Tel-Ohio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161, home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. The fine host of the Buckeye Show, your friend and mine, Timmy Hall.
Oh, you guys. Happy Football Friday.
Marshall tomorrow, Buckeyes and Marshall. Our pregame coverage starts at 6:30 and the AM kick is at noon. What's your schedule like tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow?
So tomorrow, I'm going to be doing some stage announcements, sort of hyping up the party at the Ozone Tailgate on Lane, kind of in between the fabulous Johnson Brothers set.
You're the hype guy.
Hype guy. I may as well just become the fabulous Johnson Brothers manager. Sorry if you guys have a manager. I'm not trying to take his job. I like the band, though, that we've got for this tailgate. They're playing every single one of the Saturday home games.
What's the style of music?
I'd say they're kind of pop rock.
All right.
Yeah.
Covers?
All right. Yeah, they're doing covers, but this guy, he'll do anything from Justin Timberlake to Jackson 5 and everything in between.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, they got a pretty good sound. They got the horn section, too.
Nice.
And some of the horn players were in the Ohio State marching band.
Oh, that's
when
great.
they were Ohio State students. And the sax, man, I got to tell you.
Oh, the guy playing sax?
I didn't know where we were going.
The guy.
The nut sax on these guys.
No, the saxophone.
I got it.
You moron.
Sax man.
I got it.
And the sax.
My dad played the sax.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is what young Vivian plays now.
Sax?
In her high school, that's what she's playing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if she wants to go over and get tutored by an old man who's got end-stage COVID, my dad's there.
Do it like this. Your fingers are all wrong.
What's coming up on the Buckeye Show, Timmy?
Coming up tonight, the wild and fantastic edition of the final walkthrough right at 6:05, getting you all ready and all tied up for this Ohio State Marshall game. And second segment, the current relationship with Kyle McCord and Ohio State. He had some comments about that today.
Who? Who's that?
Who are you with now?
Gomer Pyle?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Buckeye Show, top of the hour. Then it's high school football at 6:30 right here on the Fan. Back page.
The back page. The back page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Boom.
Well, man, director James Cameron is hitting back at critics who have apparently not liked some of the dialogue in his films. Speaking to Empire for the 40th anniversary of the Terminator movie, Cameron said that he thinks the film itself is actually pretty cringeworthy, but by and large an admirable effort.
What are we talking about? Terminator?
Terminator, yeah.
The original Terminator.
It's the 40th anniversary of that movie.
Okay.
40 years.
He said, I don't cringe on any of the dialogue, but I have a lower cringe factor than apparently a lot of people do around the dialogue that I write. You know what? Let me see your 3 out of the 4 highest grossing films, then we'll talk about dialogue effectiveness. So this is his attempt at saying, well, if you think you can You think this food sucks? Why don't you get in here and cook it? And
Throw your pee-pee around.
That's essentially what he's doing.
I didn't know people were First of all,
why not though?
Terminator 2.
I did Terminator. I did Titanic.
It's one of those situations. It's almost like Gladiator. Impossible to say anything bad about Terminator 2.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And the guy's got a liquid goo hand that he can just slice into anything with.
It is one of the few sequels that I think is better than the original. Can you think of another one? I mean, other than like Star Wars, they had so many sequels.
Yeah, some of those movies have a series
National
of
Treasure
films,
too. Nick Cage.
Yeah. See, now if my wife were here, you know what she'd say? Sister Act 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because every single time Sister Act 2 comes, like, oh, what's her name? What's
Whoopi Goldberg?
No. Who was in there?
Is Goldie
I
in
don't
that?
know.
Fugees. What's her name?
Fugees?
She's gone now. She only shows up once in a while. What's her name?
Lauren Hill?
Lauren Hill.
Okay.
She's in
Sister
Act 2.
I never saw Sister Act 2. No,
but she barely comes around and does things.
This is where she finds her voice in that movie. Let's watch it.
Oh, okay.
You want a serious one though? Sequel that was better. The new Top Gun, Maverick. I think it was better than the original.
I agree with you on that.
It was insanely good.
That. Yeah.
You didn't like it?
Didn't see it.
Get out of here.
I don't watch things.
Just what?
No.
Just watch it.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see Maverick?
No, I didn't see it.
Just watch it.
I'm going to whoop your ass.
It's on Amazon Prime.
What is wrong
free
with
of
you?
charge. Watch it.
I was watching the Johnny Manziel documentary the other night.
The stuff that you'll watch.
Ted.
Never seen Maverick.
I didn't see it.
I've seen it I think 3 times.
Yeah,
now.
he's
never seen it.
What the hell's wrong with this guy?
I hate movies. I have no attention for movies.
It's not a movie.
It's not a movie.
I have
just
no
a thing
attention
that's
for
on.
movies.
Don't think of it like a movie. It's just a thing that's on. It plays for an hour and a half and it's done.
You talk for 3 hours a day. You don't have attention for 2 hours? What are you talking about?
No, because I can break this up. It's not on talk for 3 hours a day. I talk for 11 minutes. I go play ping pong.
Right.
I come back for 11 minutes.
You know how many sittings it takes me to finish a movie?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to sit there and watch it at night, come back the next morning, watch some,
feels like
finish
homework.
it later night.
It's like, I got to finish that movie now.
God. No, you don't got to. You just do it
just an idiot.
at a leisurely pace.
Yeah.
You know what else, too? And I'm again, it's just me, because I know most people don't have a problem with this, obviously, because his movies gross $18 billion. I can't look at Tom Cruise and not think of him as just a creepy F.
Well, hey.
He is.
I prefer,
Agreed. But it takes me out of the moment.
I prefer him when he gets to act like someone else. Like maybe a good guy
but
or a
I
normal
can't
person.
stop thinking about him not being normal.
I prefer him acting.
Right.
Because he's not him.
That's right. That's why you still watch all those Woody Allen movies, right? Because you prefer him to not be a creepy
F. I don't want you to be Woody. Be somebody else.
Too bad that when he's acting, he's also Woody.
He's also Woody.
It's not like, I'm going to go watch Woody Allen play this Mexican in a movie.
He does a great British accent.
He does Woody Allen, and that's pretty much it.
That's right.
All right, Buckeye Show's coming up next. Enjoy game day tomorrow. We're back on Monday. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You can expect a 10-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the right lane. If you're on westbound 70 on the east side after Kelton Avenue, it is stop and go from Livingston Avenue. And watch out for an accident on the right shoulder of southbound 315 after 670 west. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The new Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell with cheesy, crunchy favorites, chips and nacho cheese sauce, and a drink for just $7. Try it today at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Drinks exclude freezes, tax extra. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Shohei Ohtani's final stat line last night against the Marlins. 6 for 6, 4 runs scored, 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 10 RBI, 2 stolen bases, and the first member of the 50-50 club. Shohei's minus 5,000 to win NL MVP award. The Dodgers are plus 310 to win the World Series. Cleveland's odds are 13-1. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online at worthingtonjewelers.com.
Looking for your next Subaru? At Byers Airport Subaru, we give you options from start to finish. Browse and shop entirely online from the comfort of your home at columbussubaru.com or stop by and visit one of our friendly brand specialists just by the airport.
Right now, you can get a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 2.9% for up to 72 months.
Whether you prefer to click or come in, we've got you covered. Your journey starts at Byers Airport Subaru. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/24.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I have the greatest lawn in the neighborhood every single year. And the reason why is water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Fall is the perfect time to improve your lawn for next year. The work you do or don't do now is directly reflected next spring. If you want a beautiful spring lawn, it starts now, not next April. Now through the end of September, mention the promo code Common Man and get a free blanket weed control with the purchase of a full program. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $200 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bet. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply.